Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm on. What's good with y'all, man? Snax on Sports. I'm back with another one, you dig? You understand me? And we finna get into this, it's a lot of different little sports topics going on, but I like to get in there and talk about some things sometime that may not be directly related to, a game, you know what I'm saying? Or like the outcome of a game, or, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And I heard about this Michael Thomas situation last week, and I wanted to do something on it. Michael Thomas, the former wide receiver for the New Orleans Saints, currently not on a roster right now. And then Micah Parsons came out and said some shit about Mike McCarthy that was kind of along the lines of the things that some of the things are like, my opinion. What Michael Parsons said about Mike McCarthy earlier today or yesterday or whatever falls in line with my opinion on what Michael Thomas said about Derek Carr. So I just wanted to do I want to do an episode on this and just how I feel like, regardless of what you feel about a teammate, former teammate, a current coach, former coach, I just feel like there's a certain level of respect, you know what I'm saying? And there's like a code of conduct per se that that should always be lived by, you know what I'm saying? If you're an athlete, a pro athlete, you know what I mean, a coach or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So first I want to talk about this Michael Thomas situation. So Michael Thomas, like I said, Michael Thomas is the former standout, star receiver for the New Orleans Saints. You know what I'm saying? He had about 2 or 3 solid years, you know what I'm saying, in New Orleans. I want to say 18, 19, 20, you know what I mean, something around there. When Drew Brees was still there. And then injuries started to happen. He signed a fat contract, you know what I mean? And then right after that, injuries started to happen. And then he started to have, I guess, some issues with the team or with the franchise or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I guess started to voice his frustration on the New Orleans Saints, whatever I don't know the exact whatever the issue was, you know what I mean? At that time, I just know that him and the team wasn't seeing eye to eye for a little time there, and then I guess it just became an issue to where, his production or level of play had dropped off enough to where they didn't feel like it was worth keeping him around to have to deal with all the problems that he was bringing, onto the team, into the locker room or whatever, with whatever his issues was with the team or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up going their separate ways. If I'm not mistaken, I think last year was his final year with the Saints. And so he's not on the team. He's not on a roster and not on a team right now at all. 31 years old. And so there was a situation that happened not this past week, not this past football Sunday, but the week before last. You know what I'm saying? So last week there was a situation that happened where his former team, the New Orleans Saints, were playing, I forget who they was playing or whatever, but Derek Carr, who's the quarterback of the Saints, had threw a pass to their breakout, star receiver, Chris Olave. I think he's a second-year player now. You know what I'm saying? Threw him a ball. I guess it was kind of high. You know what I'm saying? And he went up to get it, got hit, and, ended up with a concussion. His second concussion of the year, might I add, and I think it's like his fourth or fifth of his career. You know what I'm saying? Including college. And I guess that prompted Michael Thomas to go on a Twitter rant and basically talk shit about Derek Carr. You know what I mean? Saying how he's a horrible quarterback and he getting receivers hurt and all that shit. Because I guess last year, you know what I'm saying, I guess Michael Thomas was in a similar situation where he felt like Derek Carr threw him a ball that led to him getting hurt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so he came out with a series of tweets. You know what I mean? And so here goes something right here. Let me see. Let me go to my history. Let me see. Whoop, right here.
Olave carted off the field in the first quarter.
So I'm gonna play a little. I'm gonna play a little snippet from First Take. A little clip or whatnot. For those that ain't seen it or don't know what I'm talking about or whatever.
Olave carted off the field in the first quarter of yesterday's 23-22 loss to the Panthers. After taking from multiple defenders, Olave was taken to a local.
Let's see here. No, let's see if we can slow it down a little bit. And just really.
Local hospital and diagnosed with a concussion. There's no timetable.
My fault, y'all. Bray the Beast. What's going on? Yeah, I can see the chat. Big dog. My fault. I was just giving a little rundown on kind of what I was going to be talking about on this episode. But, yeah, I see the chat. What's going on to all my weepers? Let me see. Let me get back to this. Where am I at? I'll speed up. I need to lower it down. I slowed down too much.
Olave.
But let's watch it.
First quarter of yesterday's 23-22 loss to the Panthers.
So that was the pass right there that Derek Carr threw. And to me, I mean, it don't look like. Now I understand because I've heard Tom Brady talk about this before, how, he wants to protect his receivers as much as possible and all that. And so if there's a throw that is a little sketchy, you know what I mean? Meaning that there's a potential that he could put, the receiver in a compromising position where he might get hurt or something, then he probably won't throw that pass. Sometimes you got to kind of throw that pass and try to squeeze it in there or whatever. But you know what I mean? He said for the most part, you know what I mean? You want to try to protect the receiver. But that particular throw that I just seen right there, that just looked like a routine throw and catch. Like, yeah, it was a little high, you know what I mean? The receiver had to jump in, but the hit, it wasn't like, I don't see it like he led him right into a hit, you know what I mean? Maybe NFL, you know what I mean? Professionals, you know what I mean? Pro athletes, receivers or whatever may see it different than what I just seen it, you know what I'm saying? But to me, I don't see that as like, it was a little high, but I don't see that throw as like, oh, he's a horrible quarterback and he's out there, trying to, he out there leading receivers into danger and leading the receiver into a big hit, you know what I mean, where the receiver can't protect themselves type shit, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't see that there, you know what I'm saying? That's for one. And for two, this guy's had 5 concussions already, you know what I mean? College football included, you know what I'm saying? So like, dude, he has a history of concussions and he plays the receiver position. It's damn near going to be impossible that this guy is not going to, sustain more concussions playing that position. You know what I mean? Like, you going to get hit. You know what I'm saying? He know what he's signing up for. My thing is, I just don't agree with blaming Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no Derek Carr apologist, here to defend Derek Carr or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, it's just certain things that I don't agree with. And I think there's a code of conduct as far as, teammates, you know what I mean, that should be lived up to. You know what I'm saying? And I think that even though Michael Thomas ain't on the team no more, I just still feel like it's just certain things that you just shouldn't do, you know what I mean, or say about a teammate or former teammate. You know what I mean? I just think it's I don't know, man. Call me conservative or call me, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just think there's a more classy way of going about it. So let me play some more of this. Because I'm gonna get to his tweets.
Multiple defenders. Olave was taken to a local hospital and diagnosed with a concussion. No timetable for his return.
I play football and basketball, or I should say basketball and football, because basketball was my main sport. You know what I'm saying? But I played a little football too.
Injury. Derek Carr was asked about what Thomas had to say after the game.
Okay, so Michael Thomas. Now, mind you, Michael Thomas is sitting at home somewhere frustrated and mad. Why? Because he's not on the team right now. You know what I'm saying? And he feels like, how I ain't on the team, Derek Carr on the team, he trash and all this other stuff, and him and Derek Carr didn't get along or whatever the situation may be. But him coming out and making these series of tweets that he made after that, Olave, and another thing I don't like is you trying to make it like he trying to cover up for Olave. Man, you don't give a fuck about Olave like that. You know what I'm saying? You just saying that because you trying to make it seem like you got Olave back as far as, you know what I mean, when it comes to that, when really it's it's a selfish gesture. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, these tweets, it's really, he's saying, I should be out there and I got injured because of this nigga last year too, and you know what I'm saying, and all that type of shit. When, dude, like Michael Thomas, bro, like you been had injury problems, bro. I seen as I was preparing to do this live, you know what I'm saying? I'm scouring the internet for different articles on Michael Thomas and stuff like that in relation to this topic, and just, you know, different situations that he's been in his career. And I seen like a little meme, you know what I mean, where they put up side by side him and that running back from the Washington Commanders that got shot a couple years ago. You know what I mean? He got shot shot twice in the leg or some shit like that, and you know, he ended up missing 4 games. You know what I mean? And he was back after getting shot twice and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they had right next to him Michael Thomas. Something was wrong with his toe. He had a toe problem. You know what I'm saying? He was out for 4 games. And they were just basically showing how one nigga got shot and came back after 4 games. Another nigga got a fucking pinky toe problem and got to sit out a whole 4 games. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my point in saying that is like, bro, you start having ankle problems and ankle injuries and all that, bro. Like you started to be injury prone. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to sit up there and blame your injuries on motherfucking Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? Because he threw you one ball last year that probably led to you, you know, taking a hit. Bro, it's football, bro. You're going to take some hard hits, bro. Like, you ain't going to be able to just avoid all hard hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's football. Like, this is what y'all sign up for. You know what I'm saying? And especially Olave, it's like, bro, Olave know he got concussion problems. It's like the same thing with Tua. Okay, this is what they choose to do. So don't try to go blaming Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? You know, if it's really that big of an issue, Olave will go sit his ass down somewhere, knowing that if I keep taking these motherfucking hits to the head, it's going to get worse and worse every time. My motherfucking brain is like Jello right now. You know what I'm saying? That's not on Derek Carr. It's football, dog. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to have to make some catches in tight windows. It's what it is. Every catch, what you want Derek Carr to, because this nigga got concussion problems and head injury issues. Derek Carr is supposed to always find a soft spot on the field to throw Olave the ball, where in a place in the position where he ain't gonna take a hit to the head or some shit. Like, bro, that's not the way it works, bro. That's not logical. So Michael Thomas came out and tweeted. He said after the throw and after this nigga Olave got carted off for a concussion, his 5th concussion, you know what I'm saying, mind you, and Derek Carr didn't have anything to do with the other 4, okay? So he says, Michael Thomas says, that's Derek Carr for you. I've been told y'all. Then he says, dude's scary and panic and just throw the ball. Get him the fuck out of here. He is so ass, right? Then he say, that year his buddy went first team All-Pro in 2022, he needed 180 targets just to catch 100 passes. He is ass on my granny. So I don't know who he's talking about, you know what I mean? But back in 2022, somebody went All-Pro, and he's saying that basically whoever this receiver was, that was Derek Carr's teammate, caught 100 balls, but it took him 180 pass attempts, or 180 targets, you know what I'm saying, to get the 100. And it's like, I mean, so who gives a fuck, man? You finding reasons to highlight your point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Then he say, dude tried to lie and say I was jealous of them making Chris talking about Chris Olave, making Chris Olave wide receiver number one. Whole time he can't even get him a decent ball. He need his ass whooped. Talking about Derek Carr. He's saying that I guess Derek Carr or whoever was trying to say that, was trying to say last year that, Michael Thomas is frustrated because he's jealous of the rookie Chris Olave, who was a rookie last year, who basically came in and Michael Thomas was previously wide receiver number one. Wide receiver number one basically means you're the number one target. You know what I'm saying? You're the number one go-to guy in the receiving corps. So wide receiver number one in the history would be, like a Justin Jefferson, a Jerry Rice, a Randy Moss. Not saying that a wide receiver one is that good, but I'm saying the wide receiver one is, you got most of the time, you got two receivers that are starters, wide receiver one, wide receiver two. So wide receiver one would be Jerry Rice, wide receiver two would be John Taylor. Wide receiver one would be Michael Irvin, wide receiver two would be Alvin Harper. That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'm probably dating myself a little bit because everybody's heard of Jerry Rice, but the whole Alvin Harper, John Taylor thing, you know what I'm saying? For those that were born in the 90s or later, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might not know them names unless you're an avid sports fan, but y'all get the point. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying that Michael Thomas is saying that Derek Carr, is basically saying that, whatever, that he was frustrated last year because the team basically made Chris Olave the number one now and moved him to the number two wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? And then his last tweet says they fired all them coaches trying to cover his flaws up. He's still doing the same shit. Saying that, hey, coaches got fired. All these moves were made to try to cover up for Derek Carr's inadequate play or whatever. But nothing has changed type shit or whatever. Like, dude, Derek Carr is a good quarterback, man. Like, he's done things. I'm not saying he's everybody, I'm not saying he's a Hall of Fame quarterback and all that, but Derek Carr is a solid quarterback, bro. Like, he ain't no fucking bum. He never has been. So, I mean, for whatever reason, he got an issue with Derek Carr. You know what I mean? He thinks that he's not very good or whatever. My whole thing is like this. For one, you sitting on the sideline. You a nigga talking from the sideline right now, bro. You're not even on the team. Sending out these tweets ain't gonna help you get on the team, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Because they already looking at you like you're not the same player that you once was. You know what I mean? You injury prone. You done lost a step. And so sending out these tweets is not going to help you get on a roster, bro, because they're going to look at it like, for one, you ain't the player that you used to be. And then now we supposed to bring you on our team. And knowing that you got the potential to wreck the locker room with your antics, you know what I'm saying? And with your selfish ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, so he's not helping himself. And my thing is, I just feel like it's disrespectful. You know what I mean? Okay, that's your opinion. Say what you want to say, bro. But like, I just feel like as a teammate or a former teammate, you know what I mean? It's like what happened to that's why if you go look in the description section of this live, you'll see me, explaining, what this live is going to be about. And at the end, I said that it shows me a sign of the times, because it's like it used to be, whether in the locker room, certain things are sacred. You know what I mean? Like even if it was an issue or like I said, I ain't never played professional sports, so I can't speak to the professional sports locker room. I'm just going off what I hear. You know what I'm saying? I have played sports, but not professional sport. But I guess all I'm trying to say is that I think it's unprofessional. I think it's classless. I think it's disrespectful. And I think it shows a sense of entitlement. I should be there. He shouldn't be. He should not be, or, type shit when you do this. You know what I'm saying? Like you come out and just blast your former teammate like that. You know what I mean? And for what? You know what I'm saying? Your focus should be getting back on the team, bro. Not getting on Twitter to try to blast Derek Carr, to try to, get some likes and tweets and get everybody on your side to say, see, look, he is trash. See, like that don't that it's just to me, it's just certain things you just don't do. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like that. I don't like that, because it's like, I don't like, we supposed to be a team. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be team. Even though he not on the team no more, it's like, bro, you win as a team, you lose as a team. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not supposed to single out your teammates, former teammates, and say, well, it was his fault. It was, like I said, it shows the signs of the time, man, because that's how today's athlete is. You know what I'm saying? They just, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, selfish. It's about them. It's me. When things are going well, they want all the credit. When things are going bad, don't blame them. Blame their teammate or blame the coach. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, bro, like, because another thing is, when you do this, then you put yourself in the position to where, like, you can't make no mistakes then, bro. This is the reason why you shouldn't do this, because now when you get out there on the field or on the court or whatever, you can't make no mistakes. Because as soon as you make a mistake, they're going to go back and they're going to say, oh, remember that shit you said about such and such? You know what I'm saying? You was talking about him like they was a straight bum. Like, you don't never make no mistakes. But, oh, okay, I see you got some mistakes in you too. Well, we're going to hold your ass accountable for the mistakes, just like you wanted to hold your teammates accountable publicly. Like, my thing is just like, say that to that man. Say that to him. You know what I mean? And Derek Carr ended up saying that, bro, like in his response. And I love Derek Carr's response. You know what I'm saying? I love Derek Carr's response to these tweets. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, you could have called that and said that to that man, bro. You know what I'm saying? But when you take it online, public like that, bro, like that, to me, that shows your character, bro. And that shows you insecure. That shows, you know what I'm saying, that, it just shows your character. It shows the type of person you are, bro. You know what I'm saying? If it's funk, it's funk. If it's beef, it's beef. I understand that. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, bro, Derek Carr, bro, is like, I mean, I don't know him, never met him, so I'm not gonna, but I'm just saying, from what it, like, this dude is like the nicest dude ever, always talking about, God, and, and giving God the glory, you know what I'm saying? And it don't cause no problems, don't cause no issues, don't talk shit about nobody. Is a good quarterback. It ain't like he a fucking bum. And so it's kind of like you it's kind of like you picking on the weak. Not saying Derek Carr is weak because he ain't weak. He ain't no punk or no bitch or nothing like that. But this is somebody that like he don't want no smoke or nothing like that, bro. He ain't, you know what I mean? Like this the motherfucker you choose to go at. So I just,
I have love for Mike,
So this is Derek Carr's response.
Asked about what Thomas had to say after the game.
I have love for Mike, and when he does that, I don't really care for it, obviously. I've had so many teammates over the years, and he's like the one dude that didn't get along with me, and I don't know what I did to him. I don't know why he feels that way. I'm sorry, for whatever he's dealing with to make him feel like he's got to do that. I don't know, but he's never called me during any of this, my phone number has never changed. I've in fact called him on different occasions, just to try. And sometimes you can try as hard as you want. It just doesn't work out, and that's okay.
Guess what? You see what I'm saying? And that's true. Sometimes it's okay if if a relationship doesn't work out. Like, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be funk. It ain't gotta be problems because two people don't get along or don't work together well. And all he's saying is, bro, you got my phone number. You know what I'm saying? If you don't got it, you can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can call me, bro. Tell me these things to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I gotta answer these questions after the game because, you over here on the sideline talking shit. And really, you just talking shit because you just mad that you not on a team right now. That ain't got nothing to do with me, player. That's all on you. That's your fucking fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me because the team, I don't got a fucking team. You know what I'm saying? I can't put your ass on a team. So don't be mad at me because of that. And don't hate the player, hate the game, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on a team and you not, and you feel like I'm trash. They don't feel like I'm trash. They feel like you trash. Otherwise, your trash ass would be on a motherfucking team, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, these old whining, complaining ass, pointing the finger, no accountability ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And trying to punk and bully Derek Carr. You know what I mean? Because he ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, not saying he a punk or nothing like that, because I know he ain't no punk. I know he ain't gonna, but man, I love the way he responded to that by saying, listen, I got love for the dude. I've had a million teammates throughout the years, and for whatever reason, this was the one dude that we just couldn't get along. We couldn't make it work. You know what I'm saying? And, I tried, I tried to reach out to him, try to do different things, but it just didn't work. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's fine. But all of the extras, you know what I mean, that he doing online and all that, hey man, that's on him. I'm not finna get up here and get into a back and forth and stoop down to his level and get to name calling and all that shit. I ain't finna do all that. You know what I mean? If that's how he feel, that's how he feel. I still got love for him. Hope he get through whatever he get through. Hope he get on the team. He threw that little. See, I like Derek Carr. They didn't play it in that clip, but he kept talking. You know what I mean? For like another, minute or so. You know what I'm saying? He ended up throwing a little shot in there and saying, hopes he get on the team. Hope he gets on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little subtle way, you know what I'm saying, to throw a shot, but not do it in a disrespectful way that Michael Thomas did. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to say, You know, because Derek Carr could be like, oh, I'm ass, I'm trash. Well, you a motherfucking brittle, injury-prone ass bitch. That's facts. What you saying is all subjective. That's your opinion. Some people may agree with you that I'm ass. Some people will disagree and say I'm not ass. I may not be like a top of the line Hall of Fame quarterback, but I ain't ass. Okay? But me saying that your ass is a brittle, can't fucking stay on the motherfucking field, injury prone son of a bitch, that's facts. That ain't nothing but facts. So, but he said, I ain't got to do that. I ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to stoop down to your level, you know what I'm saying, and get the name calling and call you, because everybody got stuff they can be called out on. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, to me, it's a low level of character when you want to sit up there and blame whatever is going on with you right now on this man. You know what I mean? Like to say, or take your frustrations out, on him because you not on the team right now. You know what I'm saying? So it shows a low level of character. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? You could look inward and say, man, what do I need to do to make sure that I get back on the team? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I may feel like, Derek Carr, they could, he could be better. He could have threw me some better balls, in the 1 year that we played together, or whatever the situation may be. You know what I'm saying? But whatever that issue is, man, you could have brought that up with him. To me, it just shows, it's just, like I said, shows low level of character, bro. And it shows the type of person that you are, and that, you really into yourself. You know what I'm saying?
What? Hair eyewear is available exclusively in America's Best.
So, yeah. Let me see. My bad if the live is tripping and all that, man. My fault. This look like it's a little lagging and all that.
I'll come to you first. What do you make of that back and forth?
I agree with Derek Carr. I wish it hadn't happened. I don't know if Mike blames Derek Carr for his not being in New Orleans or not being currently in the league. I don't know what the case is. Derek Carr's a good quarterback. I don't think he's anything. I don't think you can win a championship with him, but I think he's put up great numbers and had moments that he's shown that he deserves to be in this league. Yesterday was very, very unfortunate for a situation because, he threw the ball, and Olave's first instincts is he's a receiver to try and catch it. I don't think it was a dirty play. I thought it was a bang-bang play. The guy lowered his shoulder, hit Olave, and unfortunately for him, he suffered a concussion. If I'm not mistaken, that's his second one of the season. But for Michael Thomas to take this approach, I don't know what he hoped to get out of this or gain from it. But like Derek Carr says, sometimes there are people that you just, no matter what, you try to reach out, try to extend an olive branch, and for whatever reasons, you guys are just not going to see eye to eye with. I'm saying guys, but this person, you and that person won't see eye to eye, and you just move forward. Derek Carr just continued to be in the Saints quarterback and try to make the best that he can of the rest of this season, because clearly they're not going to make the playoffs. But I don't know what Mike Thomas axe is to grind with Derek Carr. Maybe, he said it because he tried to tell people that he was jealous of Chris Olave because Olave had moved into being the number one wide receiver, and Mike Thomas was relegated to the second or third wide receiver. I don't know if any of that is true. But like Derek Carr says, I don't know what the gist of this is, but I just wish it hadn't played out on social media.
Fair enough. No disagreement.
And that's the whole thing about it. That's the whole thing about it with me too. It's like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Shannon Sharp just said it. I don't know what this dude, what's his, what is he aiming to gain by taking this approach? You know what I'm saying? Like, this cannot help you at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is when you know that some of these dudes think like females. They be in their feelings like a female. This is something that a female would do. Okay. In the moment, because a female feels a certain way and they all in their feelings and all in their emotions, they'll say or do something, that will not help the situation, does not help the situation, and if anything, can only hurt the situation. You know what I'm saying? But in that moment, they so caught up in their emotions and their feelings that they don't even give a fuck. That's called, like, you don't have emotional intelligence. You don't have control over your feelings, and you don't have control over your emotions. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what Michael Thomas did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got all in his emotions and his feelings and wasn't able to think logically and say, I feel a certain way right now. I want to go out and say something publicly. I want to tweet some shit. But if I tweet this, it's going to be broadcasted all over the news media, all over the sports news media, all over sports talk radio. You know what I'm saying? And my main focus right now is to get back on a team. I don't need to bring this type of drama when I'm to myself, when I'm, trying to get back on on the team. That's what a logical thinking person would say. And they would say, you know what? I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to just take a breather. Hey, go pour me a glass of wine, or, go read my Bible, or go smoke me a blunt, go get me something to eat, go take a walk. You know what I'm saying? Go do something to just, relieve my mind for the next hour or two, because that's the whole thing about feelings is most of the time in 2 or 3 hours, you ain't even tripping off that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the day, you don't even give a fuck about none of that shit no more. And if you done some dumb shit, at the end of the day, you think back and you be like, man, why I do that dumb shit? I overreacted. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't act like that. He acted like a female. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what a female does. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just do shit when they upset or mad about something, whether, it can be the wrong decision, but it don't matter that it's wrong in that moment, because they feel how they feel. They can't think logically in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what Michael Thomas did. And that's the part that I don't agree with, because it's like, I'm all with, hey man, I'm gonna respect those that respect me. Derek Carr never came out publicly, said anything about me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna do that to that man. Not to mention, he ain't even that kind of cat. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even that type of dude. You know what I mean? Like, he a solid dude. He don't cause no problems. He don't fuck with nobody. He don't talk shit about nobody. So regardless of how I feel, I ain't gonna do that to that man. Like, that would make me feel bad to say some shit like that about a person like that. You know what I mean? I would feel like I'm bullying him or something. But like I said, I don't know. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what, if there's some underlying stuff there, you know what I'm saying, that happened that we don't know about. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there's still a professional way to handle it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think, especially with Michael Thomas, being in the position that he's in, trying to get on an NFL roster, I'm just like, yeah, nah, I don't see how you thought doing this, was like, yeah, this the move right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come out and criticize an active NFL quarterback, you know what I'm saying, and bring a whole bunch of drama and chaos and distractions to to me, you know what I'm saying, when I'm trying to get back in the league, so don't make no sense to me. But a lot of, like I said, when you're in your feelings, you do shit that don't make sense because you acting out of emotions.
Been in that position, Shannon. But certain points of reference. Number one, if anybody should be mad, I mean, when you think about it, if anybody should be more mad at Derek Carr more than anybody, it should be Dennis Allen. 20 years ago with the Raiders, he's fired today from the New Orleans Saints. Both times Derek Carr was his quarterback. Let's throw that out there. That's a point of reference that needs to be brought up, okay?
This is why Stephen A. Smith is a stupid, dumb, ignorant motherfucker for saying that. No, Dennis Allen does not have the right to be mad at Derek Carr at all, because he's the one that wanted Derek Carr on the Saints. He's the one that wanted him. So this is when you can obviously, if you know that, then you obviously know that Dennis Allen is not thinking how you're thinking, Stephen A. He's not, because you're saying it like to say Dennis Allen should be mad at Derek Carr because when he was the head coach with the Raiders, Derek Carr was the head coach and he got fired. Then when he came to the Saints, Derek Carr came to the Saints and then he got fired. So he should be mad at Derek Carr. But he can't be, because he wanted Derek Carr on the Saints. He's the one that wanted him. He felt comfortable with him. So if he's not looking at the Raiders firing like, yeah, it's Derek Carr's fault why I got fired. And that's how Stephen A. is trying to make it sound. You know what I mean? Trying to make it sound like, oh, well, you got him fired the first time, this and that, so you should be mad at. Obviously, he don't feel that way. If Dennis Allen is the one that wanted him to be the coach of the Saints after he got fired and Derek Carr was his quarterback at his previous job with the Raiders. He obviously doesn't feel that way. So you're wrong, Stephen A. Big head, big forehead motherfucker.
Dan Orlovsky, you may not have
motherfucker hairline
you know
push the fuck back, nigga.
Number two, when we look at Michael Thomas, this is a guy that's a former two-time first team, all-pro, who's led the league in receptions twice. The brother, when healthy, was big time. Yeah. Now, last year, only 61% of the targets, he caught a career low 61% of his targets, that was from Derek Carr. So obviously that might have a little something to do with it. He doesn't have much respect as a quarterback. But I think that we've seen from Michael Thomas, with all due respect over the years, express a level of frustration and not necessarily do it in ideal fashion. His biggest frustration right now is that at 31 years of age, he can't get on a roster. And there's been a bevy of injuries at the wide receiver spot. Just yesterday alone, we saw Lamb, we saw Olave, we saw London, we saw A.J. Brown all get injured. But I'm just looking at some of these names right here of receivers who've been injured and missed games this year. We've got Malik Neighbors, we've got Nico Collins, we've got Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Rashee Rice, Deebo Samuel, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Smith, Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, and Brandon Ayuk. And in Diggs, Ayuk, Rice, specifically, they're out for the year. And nobody has called Michael Thomas. And so here's the question. Is it because they haven't seen anything that's been that impressive because of what happened last year, and he's blaming Carr for that instead of himself?
Which is what I just got through saying.
About, he feels like he's being blackballed in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and for some reason he might think that Derek Carr has something to do with it. Because
man, Derek Carr ain't blackballing you.
Just going off like that.
Want to shop Walmart Black Friday?
Derek Carr ain't blackballing you, man. Derek Carr ain't out there telling these motherfuckers not to sign you and all of that other shit. But if he was, shit, I wouldn't blame him. Like, man, listen, don't bring this dude around. This guy is, this guy's a fucking clown. He's gonna fucking wreck the fucking locker room. You know what I'm saying? I recommend y'all don't bring him around. If y'all want me, you know what I mean? This guy's a fucking nutcase, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But listen. Don't nobody want no motherfucking Michael Thomas, bro. This nigga just named off about 20 motherfucking receivers that got hurt. already this year, and ain't nobody called your monkey ass. You know what I'm saying? So don't nobody want no motherfucking Michael Thomas. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why. And motherfucker don't see. Now, Stephen A. just got through saying the exact thing I just got through saying. You know what I'm saying? You trying to blame Derek Carr instead of looking at yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this is about. It's not Derek Carr's fault, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not Derek Carr's fault. You know what I'm saying? If you putting the blame on Derek Carr, so you giving Derek Carr that much, you know, power over your career, that one motherfucking quarterback could come in and that can alter, that ain't got nothing to do with Derek Carr, bro. It's you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and these type of people, man, these ain't the type of people that you want in your locker room because you can't win with you know what I'm saying, with them. You know what I'm saying? This dude had a couple good years, got paid, and after that, you couldn't find him no more because he was hurt all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I don't respect that. You know what I mean? Just, you know, you don't respect Derek Carr. Well, I don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? You getting the motherfucking bag and not being available for your team. Oh, well, he got hurt. This got hurt. Well, don't get hurt, motherfucker. Don't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? To give some of that money back. If you're going to be talking shit, you know what I'm saying, and running your mouth about other motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to be running your mouth, you need to make sure you available every pass, that you need to be available every game. Every pass that get thrown to your monkey ass, you need to catch it. And half of the motherfuckers, you need to run them in for touchdowns. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Because you're going to make a mistake or two as well. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. Don't make no sense to me. So, you know, come on, man. These motherfuckers be having the ads going.
Publicly, over the platform of social media, just because you saw Derek Carr make a football play and Chris Olave suffer a football injury. It wasn't like it was some non-football play that took him out. It happens within the context of a football game. For him to go out on social media like that doesn't seem to make much sense. I would like to know more. I certainly don't want to castigate Michael Thomas, but he doesn't look great at this particular moment in time when you're 31 years of age, a former All-Pro, a former elite receiver who once signed for $20 million, if I remember correctly. And at the age of 31, you can't even get on a roster. And you pick these times to call out your former quarterback. There just seems to be more to it than meets the eye.
I think number one, you hope and pray Chris is going to be okay. You know, the hit is the hit, and hopefully he's going to be fine. I know Derek Carr a little bit, just sitting in meetings with him. I don't know Michael that well. Never met him. Huge fan of his game. Derek seems like a pretty classy dude, so I don't know the disconnect. Stephen, I'm a little bit with you. I have not watched the kind of coach's copy, all 22 of this play, just seeing it in the highlight. It doesn't look like a hospital ball. It doesn't look like a just launch it up and disregard type of feel for the receiver. It just looks like he misses the throw. And so, you know, like, there's moments when quarterbacks throw a ball. Like, for me, this is just a miss by Derek. I think if that ball is more accurate, Chris isn't going to take that shot is worse because it gets a guy blown up. That's kind of what Tom Brady has talked about over the past years. You know, Chris isn't going to take that shot is worse because it's like he misses the throw. And so, you know, like, there's moments when quarterbacks throw a ball. Like, for me, this is just a miss by Derek. I think if that ball is more accurate,
keep missing the motherfucker.
Chris isn't going to take that. Throw. And so, you know, like, there's moments when quarterbacks throw a ball. Like, for me, this is just a miss by Derek. I think if that ball is more accurate, Chris isn't going to take that shot is worth.
Like, for me, you know, I just don't see that throw as, like, super reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, it was a little high, you know, but other than that, I don't, you know, it was just a little high. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker went up to try to, like, that's just a regular football play to me. That wasn't like, oh, he led him. You know, he didn't even lead him. Like, he threw it high. Like, you know, Motherfucker just got hit. But you definitely ain't gonna. I'm sorry, if I'm Derek Carr, you definitely ain't gonna blame this nigga concussion problems on me. And this is his 5th fucking one he done had. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here with that shit. That's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? That ain't my motherfucking fault. This nigga got a concussion problem. I mean, shit, what the fuck? You know what I mean? If it's that serious, he need to sit the fuck down there. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit don't get worse with each one you have. You know what I'm saying? So, and then another thing, once the comments start lighting your ass up, not that the comments is the end all be all and that the comments is right, but most of the time the comments will tell you the landscape of how the people feel. You know what I'm saying? The most people ain't feeling Michael Thomas for this. You know what I mean? Because it just don't make no sense to do. Somebody says, why grown men run to the internet when you have a problem with another man and call him on the phone and discuss the situation? Real shit. Somebody else said, man, wide receivers with personality like Larry Fitzgerald is a rarity. Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald was one of the ones that he had a lot of different not so good quarterbacks that were not even as good as Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? And then he had Kurt Warner for a little while. But Larry Fitzgerald's one of the greatest receivers of all time. You ain't see this motherfucker complaining like that. He just went out there. It didn't matter who the quarterback was. Larry Fitzgerald went out there and got it out the mud every time. So I don't want to hear this shit about this, the quarterback. Nah, if you that nigga, look at Justin Jefferson right now. He's showing you whether it's motherfucking Kirk Cousins, whether it's motherfucking Sam Darnold, whether it's motherfucking who else been over there since that nigga been over there was Teddy Bridgewater over there. I think that's a little bit too far back, but you know what I'm saying? Larry Fitzgerald showing you right now. It don't motherfucking matter about nothing about who the quarterback is. You know what I'm saying? As long as they can get me the ball, I'm gonna get me some yards and some catches off the top. You know what I'm saying? Tyreek Hill showing you that right now too. You know what I'm saying? He went from Patrick Mahomes to Tua Tagovailoa. You know what I'm saying? And he's still getting it in. You know what I'm saying? So you at least do have to have a quarterback that can at least get you the ball. Because as you seen, Tyreek Hill without Tua, it was not, but it don't even look like professional quarterbacks over there. You know what I'm saying? The backups for fucking Tua Tagovailoa. You know what I'm saying? So but as long as the motherfucker is serviceable, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, some receivers don't even need you to be serviceable. Like Larry Fitzgerald, he got it out the bud with a whole bunch of just Jags, a whole bunch of just the guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did that. You know what I'm saying? Let me look up. Let me look up Michael Thomas stats and career stats and injury shit. Michael Thomas. Let's see here. Okay, so his rookie year was 2016, and he came on the scene busting. He came on the scene busting. I can't even lie. These stats show me, yeah, he came on the scene busting. His rookie year, now, mind you, Drew Brees, you know what I'm saying? Drew Brees was a quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So, but he still came on busting. His rookie year, he had 92 catches for 1,100 yards at 12.4 yards a catch and 9 touchdowns. That's a pretty solid rookie year. You know what I mean? He off that, I don't know. I'm finna look at his Wikipedia, but I'm gonna assume that he won the rookie of the year that year. Because them numbers right there, that's veteran numbers. You know what I'm saying? That was his rookie year. 92 catches for 1,100 yards, you know what I mean? And 9 touchdowns. Yeah. That's an impressive rookie year right there. Then his second year, 104 catches for 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns. Third year, 2018, 125 catches, 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. Fourth year, 9 touchdowns. After that year, I believe he got the big contract, the big $100 million contract. He was getting like $20 million a year, but after that, it was never the same again. Okay, 2020, he had 40 catches, 438 yards. So that tells me he was hurt that year. 2021 ain't no stats, so he probably sat out the whole year due to injury. 2022, 16 catches, 171 yards. So that he was hurt. And then last year in 2023, 39 catches, 448 yards, and a touchdown. You know, he was hurt. So let me look at his Wikipedia so I can really get what it is and what it was, man, and what it, you know what I mean, what it ain't gonna be. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Thomas was selected by the New Orleans Saints, second round, 47th overall pick. Yep. Thomas set franchise records for rookie in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. He was named the Pro Football All-Rookie Team. Let me see. So yeah, in 2019, in 2019, after his third year, he signed the 5-year, $100 million contract extension, $61 million guaranteed. At the time, it made him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. During the season opener against Houston Texans, 10 passes, 50 yards. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Hopkins got it out the mud with 15 different quarterbacks and put in exceptional work. It's all about the attitude, especially when things aren't going all that good. Straight up. DeAndre Hopkins is another one. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Hopkins is another one. You're right about that. He had a lot of different quarterbacks over there with the Texans. You know what I'm saying? In his prime. You feel me? And yeah, he ain't do all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, it's just, listen, man. You know, Michael Thomas had a nice little run there. You know what I'm saying? For, you know, his first 4 years. But I'm just saying, man, it's just a way to go about things, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying it's a way to go about things, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Let's see here. Yes, sir. Okay. Legend and AP offensive player. So he was the offensive player of the year in 2019. He has the single season record for receptions in a season at 149. Yeah. But yeah, it started in his 5th season. In 2020, he only played 7 games. 2021, he sat out the whole year because of injury. 2022, he only played 3 games. Last year, he played 10 games. So he started to be injury prone. Let's see here. In 2020, against the Buccaneers, Thomas recorded 3 catches for 17 yards before exiting the game due to high ankle sprain. Thomas was set to return action week 5. Thomas was declared inactive for the game by the Saints after he punched team. So in 2020, this is what I'm saying. It's when all this shit started. This nigga punched a teammate in practice. Now, it happens. I understand. It happens. You know what I'm saying? We all know Draymond Green, Jordan Poole, and many, many more incidents. Michael Jordan, Steve Carr. So we understand sometimes teammates get into it. But I'm just saying that shows that there started to be issues within his own organization, within the team. And he had issues with teammates. He had issues with the front office for whatever reason. He was injury reserve due to lingering ankle injury. Past month, he was placed on the PUP list 3 days later. So yeah, 2021, he got. I heard Stephen A. say this too. 2021, Michael Thomas got. He ended up getting a procedure done for his ankle, but ended up getting it done in June. June is like when it's time to start ramping up and getting ready for the season to start. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't get the procedure till June. You know what I mean? And I guess, Sean Payton wasn't too pleased about that. Sean Payton was the head coach at the time with the New Orleans Saints. You know what I'm saying? And that it ended up lingering, and that ended up forcing him to sit out that whole season. Then 2022, Thomas returned from his injury in week 1 against the Falcons, where he caught 5 passes, 57 yards, and 2 touchdowns. During week 3 matchup, Thomas exited the game early with a foot injury, went on to miss multiple weeks before being placed on reserve, ending his season. So, yeah, he just started to have foot and ankle injuries and all that. You know what I'm saying? January 7th, 2023, on January 7th, 2023, Thomas and the Saints agreed to restructure his contract, which saw his base salary in 2023 drop from $15 million to $1.165 million. Damn. That's a huge drop off, big dog. I'd have been like, man, hello. You know what I'm saying? On November 12th in week 11 game against the Minnesota Vikings, Thomas suffered an unknown knee injury after taking a hard hit on the first offensive play and sidelined for the rest of the game. The Saints put him on injury reserve on November 21st. In the 2023 season, he appeared in 10 games. He finished with 39 receptions, 40 touchdowns. March 13th, 2024, Thomas was released by the Saints. So as a free agent, Thomas was suspended 1 game by the NFL for violating the personal conduct policy relating to a legal incident he had in November 2023. So he's not on a team right now. And it's mostly because they feel like he's injury prone now. They feel like he got bad feet and ankles. He got bad lower extremities. You know what I mean? He only gonna be able to stay healthy for 2 to 3 games at a time, and then he gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it's mostly that, but it's also that along with and tied to the fact that he doesn't seem to be someone that everyone gets along with. And I understand, it ain't about always getting along and being best friends. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm saying you ain't got to get along with everybody, but you can't be a problem either, though. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it just seems like this guy right here is more of a problem than he's worth at this juncture in his career. The NFL feels like his best days are behind him. You got your little 1 contract where you got paid. Hey, you know what I mean? You play, 9 years? Let me see. Yeah. You played 9 years. Where the fuck the shit at? The fuck, man? I just got to... Yeah. You played... 8 years. You know what I'm saying? He played 8 seasons. You know what I'm saying? He had a nice little solid career. I'm not saying he couldn't still play. I know he could still play. It's just that, you know what I mean? Like, look, dog, you know what I'm saying? We bring you in on something cheap than a bitch. You know what I mean? And he probably ain't agreeing to that. Not that he probably ain't asking for outrageous money, but you know what I mean? It's just like, bro, we can move on from you now, bro. Like you a thing of the past now. So that's all. That's pretty much what I wanted to say about that Michael Thomas situation in relation to Derek Carr. I just didn't feel like that was, you know, it's like you can say it if you want to say it. You can tweet those things if you want to tweet them, but it's just like, why, bro? You know what I mean? Like well, what you plan on getting out of that? You know what I'm saying? What, you want them to cut Derek Carr because they cut you? That's some hating ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like I said, the oldest phrase in the book. Hate the player, don't hate the game, dog. You know what I'm saying? Come on, big dog. So that's pretty much what I want to say about that. Now, let me get to this next one. You know what I mean? I've been going on this bitch for over an hour. So Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys. He's either a linebacker or a defensive end. I forget which one he is. Sometimes he alternate, you know. But Micah Parsons, I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan. So, you know, we always, you know, it's always a rivalry with the Dallas Cowboys. And, you know, I'm always pleased to see the Dallas Cowboys struggling. However, as I say that, you know, there is some things about the Dallas Cowboys that I like, as far as just, you know, like Jerry, for example, Jerry Jones. I ain't got a problem with Jerry Jones. I like Jerry Jones. I like to hear him talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He just seemed like a cool older nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I like Jerry Jones. Ever since Dak and Ezekiel came into the league, for whatever reason, I always just never had nothing against him. I talk shit about Dak, you know what I mean, and all that, whack Prescott and all that. I be saying all that shit, having fun, trolling online and shit, like I said, because I'm a Niners fan. But it's hate towards the team, but it ain't hate towards Dak. You know what I'm saying? And it never been hate towards Ezekiel Elliott either. You know what I'm saying? I say that to say Micah Parsons, for whatever reason, it's something about him. I don't know if it's just because of the way he talk. I just don't like him. I don't like him. You know what I mean? And I think he's overrated. You know what I'm saying? They say, you know, whatever. I think he's over. I'm not saying he's trash or nothing like that. I just think he's overrated. The reason why I say that is because when it's every time it's time to show up in a big game in the playoffs, he's never there. Like, he don't even, like his last few playoff games, it's like this nigga don't even barely register stats. So it's like he ain't even fucking play. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think at the end of last year, you know, he got his little podcast and all that. And at the end of last year, he said some dumbass shit. You know what I mean? I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember he said some dumb shit along the lines of, he just wasn't taking accountability. He was just saying some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it's just like, bro, shut up. What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? You just lost, nigga, just go away. You're not saying the right shit. You know what I mean? You just not. You know what I mean? And you don't even understand you're not saying the right shit. You know what I'm saying? You sound like a fucking child. So I need to go back and remember exactly what that was and what I'm talking about in that situation, because I think I probably did a live on that shit like last year. Did an episode on it. I just don't remember. But I remember it was something. It was just some dumb shit that just don't even make no fucking sense. And it was like the second or third dumb shit I done heard this nigga say, and I'm like, man, what the fuck? So ever since then, you know, and I think, you know, he getting caught up in listening to what the media and people say about him. Like, he really think he, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, you. Okay, so let me get to it. So basically, you know, Micah Parsons came out and said some disrespectful shit. This is even more disrespectful to me than what Michael Thomas did to Derek Carr, because this is supposed to be your head. This is the coach of the team. You know what I'm saying? Micah Parsons came out after the game and said something along the lines of, you know, because, you know, the Dallas Cowboys, they're struggling this year. They're not a very good team this year. Obviously, expectations was not for them to be, what are they, 3-6 right now? That was not what they were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? They have won 12 games a season for the past 3 years in a row. So they you know, they're not they weren't supposed to be this bad. But they're bad, and for one, this nigga ain't even, he been hurt the past, like, what, 3 or 4 games or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't even been playing. But they having a bad season. They're taking some bad losses. And yesterday they took another bad loss against the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was his first game back from injury after being hurt for the past 3 or 4 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And after the game, you know, he said something to the effect of, I guess I don't know what the question was, because they didn't show what the question was. They just showed his response. You know what I'm saying? And he just said something along the lines of, you know, Mike McCarthy can go wherever he want to go, you know, after the season, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know, and he want to do it for, you know, he feel bad for the OGs, the vets on the team, people like Zach Martin and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's been there for a while, and he want to, you know, win a Super Bowl for them, and and hoist the trophy for people for players like that, because players like that, and this is where he got ultra disrespectful. He said players like that have done way more than Mike McCarthy could even think about doing. And it's like, huh? What the fuck are you talking? Like, why would you say that about your coach? Like, it's just disrespectful, bro. Like my thing is like this. However you feel about Mike McCarthy, or however you feel about a teammate or a coach or whatever, they all deserve a baseline level of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain line that's right here. You know what I mean? You can be giving everybody else all the respect up here, but at least don't go below this line when it comes to anybody, even your head coach that you may not see eye to eye with, or you don't think he's whatever you don't think he is. But just don't go below that line. If you go below that line, like, now you're being disrespectful. And regardless of however you feel about Mike McCarthy, bro, like, you don't, like, because there's so many things wrong with what he said. It's like he's questioning Mike McCarthy's like work ethic, and it's like, bro, Mike McCarthy has been coaching on some level since like before you was even born. Like he deserves a certain level of respect, bro. Like, they talk about, this is the thing I just don't get. Like I said, I'm a Niners fan. So I love to see the Cowboys lose and be in overall turmoil. But at the same time, I can pull out and take out bits and pieces and shit that I don't see. Like, whoever it is for the Dallas Cowboys, the coach is always, it was, if you guys remember, Jason Garrett was the problem before. Okay? They was making it seem like you get rid of Jason Garrett, all problems would be solved. They got rid of Jason Garrett. What happened? Like, this is Mike McCarthy as a head coach. This is Mike McCarthy's first bad season as far as regular season in a long time. Last year, they won 12 games. The year before that, they won 12 games. The year before that, they won 12 games. They won 12-5 the last 3 years. What do you mean? So, like, that's good. If you win 12 games in a year, you're one of the top teams in the league, bro. Like, not just your conference. That probably means you're one of the top 5 to 6 teams in the league out of 30. You know what I'm saying? So, or 32, however many it is. So I'm saying, bro, like, it's not like this guy doesn't have any type of success. Not only that, this motherfucker didn't win a Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy is a Super Bowl winning head coach. He already got that. So you, Micah Parsons, can say whatever the fuck you want to say about this and that and blah, blah, blah. I want to win one. He done already won one. I don't want to say, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers, this and that, blah, blah. I don't, man, listen, ain't no one. He was the head coach. He was the head coach. So it doesn't matter if it was Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers didn't do it all by his fucking self. And 98% of head coaches that win Super Bowls have an all-time great quarterback coaching them. Bill Walsh, he had Joe Montana. Bill Belichick, he had Tom Brady. So what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? You need a fucking most of the time. Like, that's why I said 98%. You know what I'm saying? I may be a little off with them. I'm just saying, you know, what, because, you know, you got the Buccaneers and Brad Johnsons of the world. You know what I'm saying? And the, you know, the Ravens, the 2000 Ravens, you know. So when they had Trent Dilfer and the other guy, the black quarterback with slick hair, I forget his name. But so you'll have a situation like that every here and there once in a blue moon. But most of the time, in order to win a Super Bowl, you need to have one of them dudes behind the quarterback. I mean, but behind center at the quarterback position. So I don't want to hear, oh, well, yeah, he won the Super Bowl, but Aaron Rodgers was his quarterback. Yeah. And Phil Jackson had Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. And Greg Popovich had fucking Tim Duncan and Tony Parker and Kawhi Leonard and Manu Ginobili. Okay? So what Red Auerbach had Bill Russell and John Havlicek, and come on, man, let's stop it with all the fucking talent he had. You know what I'm saying? And Pat Riley had Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So what are we talking about here, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does that only apply to Mike McCarthy? That, oh, well, he only won it because he had good talent. You know what I'm saying? That applies across all coaches, across all genres of sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need that dude or them dudes, you know what I'm saying, to win. And by them dudes, I mean them all-time dudes. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes that people consider top 10 to 15 players of all time and shit. You know what I'm saying? So Mike McCarthy's already won a Super Bowl. So I don't get this thing where these people like to talk about Mike McCarthy as if he's some type of dumb head coach that don't know what the fuck he doing. No, he knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. The problem is, and just like I got through saying I like Jerry Jones because I do, but the problem is more Jerry Jones, because Mike McCarthy accepted this job because he wanted a head coach in an NFL job. He's a head coach. Okay? That's what he does. But this is a job where you just coach and that's it. And even then, you might got somebody in your ear dibbling, dabbling, and telling you how to coach and how this should be and how that should be and who should be playing and when you should go for it on fourth down and when you shouldn't and all that. You know what I'm saying? But this is the type of head coaching job ran by an owner in Jerry Jones that you're not going to have all the say-so in the world when it comes to personnel. You know what I'm saying? And just certain things. You know what I'm saying? Draft picks and free agents and you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have control over all of that. So to be honest with you, he's not. That's the reason why he does. That's the reason why you can go from this coach to that coach to that coach, and it looks exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not changing up the philosophy of how they do shit, which is hire a coach, let him do his job the way he knows how to do it without any input and meddling and you know what I'm saying? And if he fails, then fire his ass. But I guarantee he won't have a problem getting fired because he'll be able to say, okay, I tried it my way, it didn't work. They let me go. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the problem is. The problem is not Mike McCarthy. The problem is that whoever the head coach is that comes in is not given the reins to be able to run the football operations. You know what I'm saying? Let a coach come in and run the football operations how they know it's supposed to be ran, similar to what Jed York did for Kyle Shanahan. You know what I'm saying? Now, have they won a Super Bowl? No, but they competing for one every year. They've been to 2 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I cast a 20-year spell on the Cowboys when they cut Dez. Yeah, I didn't like Dez was another Cowboys player that, even though I'm a 49ers fan, that I liked. I always liked Dez. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they gave up on him too soon. But yeah, I like Micah Parsons, I totally don't agree with what he, I don't know, like what he, see these motherfuckers, man, like, and this is what I'm saying, like, address that with your coach, bro. Address that with him. Like, what are you trying to, like, how is this going to make it better? So let me play this real quick. Let me see. Let's see here.
Here are those ice cold fireball shots. A bet's a bet. You know what you got to do? Does it look good? Ignite your rival.
Let me see.
Mike can leave and go wherever he wants, but guys,
And you could tell by the way he's saying it's like he think he's saying something poignant. Like he think he's saying something like, oh yeah, they're gonna really say, I'm he not taking it. I was reading something else, my fault. He think he's saying something like, yeah, man, yeah, I'm gonna say this, they gonna be, you know what I'm saying, they gonna say that I'm, like he looking for Micah Parsons, bro. Like the reason he got some learning to do, that's all. Like he think that by saying this, he's gonna gain some type of points with the media and with, like, you know what I mean? He's trying to fall in with the crew of everybody that has something negative to say about Mike McCarthy. Oh, everybody don't fuck with Mike McCarthy, and we just lost we just took another bad loss. Let me also become a part of the kicking Mike McCarthy while he down and jump on a bandwagon and continue to pile on and say it's his fault and take blame away from myself. Now, your ass ain't even been on the field playing, my nigga. You ain't even been available to play. You've been hurt. But you want to come back in the first game, you want to say this? You want to, like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it at all. Okay, so let me play this, man. My bad. Let me play this. Here we go.
Mike wherever he wants, but guys, I kind of feel bad for guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year on their way out, because that's what I wanted to hold the trophy for. You want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So those are the kind of guys that I have so much sympathy and hurt for.
Like, dude, like, you so wet behind the ears, bro. This dude just don't understand. Like, he just doesn't nothing. I know motherfuckers say, oh, nigga, oh, what do you know? You just a nigga sitting on YouTube. You ain't never played professional sports. You don't know this, never. Man, I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? I know that this is a young cat that think he's doing something profound by what he's saying, and he doesn't know. Like, you're not, bro. You're not supposed to do that to your head coach. It don't matter what you feel about him, bro. Like, you're not supposed to do that. For one, you're wrong about what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Now he talking about he he feels bad for Zach Martin. And he thinking that because he's saying that about a teammate, like he think he supposed to, what do you think? Zach Martin gonna come and give him brownie points and say, yeah, thank you for saying that and having my back and and saying that about the coach, like he's a piece of shit. Like what are you expecting to get from this, from saying this? And not only that, essentially what he said. Now we're in what? Week 10, week 11. So essentially what he just did is by saying that is he just gave up. He's already given up on the season. He's saying this season is over. Even if you truly feel that way, you're not supposed to display that outwardly. You know what I'm saying? You still not mathematically out of nothing. So the season is not over. But the way he's talking, he's declaring the season to be over. You know what I'm saying? Like he's basically saying, he feels bad for people like Zach Martin. Because he's on his last leg and this might be his last year here and all that. Like, bro, like it's cap what he's saying, bro, because he's trying to make it seem like he's a team player and he with the team and all that, but it's really selfish what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's putting the blame on the coach, Mike McCarthy, but he ain't putting the blame on himself for not being available to play. Oh, he got hurt. Who fucking fault is that? Okay, yeah, it's a part of the game. You're gonna get hurt, but nigga, if you gonna be hurt, how you gonna talk shit? You're not even available to fucking play, to even help the team to win. So you need to sit back and shut the fuck up. This nigga done got all gassed up in the head, man, listening to the media and all these people say that, oh, he's this and that, he's the next Lawrence Taylor. And man, that nigga ain't no motherfucking no next Lawrence nothing. He ain't nothing nowhere near to no motherfucking Lawrence Taylor. So stop that shit. That's fucking cap in a motherfucking nigga. This nigga ain't no fucking Lawrence Taylor, bro. So y'all need to stop that shit. Okay? Lawrence Taylor wouldn't have a playoff game with zeros all across the stat sheet. 0 sacks, 0 tackles, 0 quarterback rushes, 0 every motherfucking thing, nigga. No forced fumbles, no motherfucking passes, defense, nothing. But you supposed to be the next motherfucking Lawrence Taylor and in the biggest game of the fucking year in the playoffs when the lights shine bright and you supposed to show why they calling you the next Lawrence Taylor and you ain't nowhere on the motherfucking field to be found. We looking for your motherfucking ass. Like, where you at? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking where's Waldo ass nigga? Where's Micah?
Oh, Micah.
Let's listen to this.
Wherever he wants, but guys, I feel bad for guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year on their way out. Because that's what I want to do. You want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So those are the kind of guys that sympathy and hurt for.
So Zach Martin put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. Nigga, what? Nigga, the nerve. Nigga, just, man. So you basically giving up on stuff. So the season is done. Like he in week 11 talking about, yeah, I feel bad bro, ain't nothing to feel bad about. You ain't got to feel bad about nothing if you go out next week and you go get a win and go out the next week and get a win after that and go out the next week and get a win after that. Ain't nothing to feel bad about, partner. You know what I'm saying? You still got time. We in the middle of the season. Why you talking like the season is over? Sad, sorry, you know what I mean? Like, that's what a bitch do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga looking for brownie points and sympathy points from the media and all that and trying to put the blame elsewhere. Nah, you not good enough, bro. That's all it is. That's why the team sucks, because you are not good enough, nigga. Okay? Now, since he want to talk shit about Mike McCarthy, let's bring up Mike McCarthy. Okay? Let's bring up his coaching statistics. Okay, the things he's done. This man, 61 years old enough to be my daddy. Okay? Respect these people, man. See, I grew up in an era, bro, where you respected authority, bro. Regardless of it ain't just had to be your mom or your dad. You respected authority, whether it was teacher, a coach. You respected authority. Now I understand at that age you talking about grown-ups to a kid. So yeah, it's a little different than on a professional level when you're talking about all adults. You know what I'm saying? But still, there's supposed to be a level of hierarchy. We understand that the players are what's important to the product on the field and on the court and all that other shit. So the players dictate a lot. But still, dog, the coach is still like the players. You still have to have somebody to answer to. You know what I'm saying? And the coach is that person. The coach is that entity. You're supposed to always show that coach a level of certain respect. That's so disrespectful what he just did right here by saying that about the head coach of your that is not going to help you get wins. Like, only do things, bro, that are going to help contribute to positivity, to possibly turning things around and making it better and winning. Don't get out in the media now. Now everybody pointing fingers and blaming and all this. Like, dude, to me, you never gonna win with somebody like that. Micah Parsons don't even understand, bro. Like, you showing that you not a winner, bro. Straight the fuck up. It's no wonder why, bro. The team it look like what it is. It ain't because of Mike McCarthy, dog. So what you doing is what you saying is. Because it's most likely it's going to be Mike McCarthy's last season, okay? So basically what you setting yourself up for, just like what Aaron Rodgers did in New York, okay? With Robert Saleh and all that, what you setting yourself up for is when Mike McCarthy is gone, ain't no more fucking excuses. You already ain't got no fucking excuse. To me, you ain't got no motherfucking excuse. I know how this shit go. I know how life work. Nigga, I know how motherfucking how the sports world work. You know what I'm saying? Period, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And on some all the way 100 shit, on some real shit, you know, so you already ain't got no excuses. So now, once Mike McCarthy is gone, okay, next year ain't gonna be. So that solves all the problems, right? So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no blaming nobody, because when you doing all of this type of disrespectful shit and saying all of this and causing all of this ruckus and chaos, like, that means that whoever the new coach that they bring in don't matter. It just matters that all that matters is that Mike McCarthy was the problem and we need to get him up out of here. And we needed to get him up out of here, right? So you setting yourself up for next year, ain't no motherfucking excuses. None. And like I said, to me, you already ain't got no excuse at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, the team shouldn't be as bad as it is already. You know, it's partly your fault why the team is what it is. But to me, you for surely. So this is why you don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Because now you and look what's going on with the New York Jets right now. Anybody else to blame? Robert Saleh and this and that and all this. It's everybody else's fault. Now what? Who fault is it now? You got your receiver. You got Devontae Adams. You got this motherfucker. You got that motherfucker. You got the offensive coordinator you want. You got all these motherfuckers. Like, who's to blame now? The motherfucker that's to blame is the motherfucker that was always should have been to blame, which is Aaron motherfucking Rodgers. Because he's the one that dictated all this shit. Same way with LeBron James in the NBA. It's the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always somebody else's fault. You know what I'm saying? When really it's your fault. Because you dictating too much. And then these owners and these front offices get to dropping to their knees and sucking the dicks of these motherfucking players because they think, bro, you can't never let a player run the franchise, bro. If you do, that's a recipe for disaster, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, same thing in Dallas. Next year ain't no excuse. Like I said, I should need to stop saying that because ain't no excuse right now. But I'm just saying it really ain't no excuse next year off the top at all. Ain't no excuses, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about nothing. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Nothing. No excuse. No injuries. No, this player wasn't here. That player wasn't here. Oh, it's our first year with the new head coach. We still getting accustomed. I don't want to hear nothing, nigga. When you talk like this, what you're basically saying is when you blaming other motherfuckers and not taking no accountability yourself, you basically saying it's their fault. It ain't my fault. When I'm out there, I do everything. And that means you can't make no mistakes. Same thing I said about the Michael Thomas situation. Hey, next week, whoever the fuck the Cowboys play, nigga, Micah Parsons, you better not miss no tackles. You better get about 4-5 sacks, nigga. Like you better do. If you gonna be talking shit about the coach, my nigga, you need to be out there dominating, nigga. If you gonna be talking shit like that, nigga, you need to make it no, nigga. You need to be out there being the best defender in the league. Straight the fuck up. Otherwise, what are you talking about? You ain't doing what the fuck you supposed to do, so how you gonna talk shit about somebody else? That don't make no damn sense. That's the reason why it's team, bro. We win together, we lose together, my nigga. This ain't supposed to be no, like, you not, that's the reason why they not winning. Because it's a whole bunch of individuals in the locker room, man, and it ain't team. You know what I'm saying? When things is going great, it's all good. When things is going bad, they looking for people to blame. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at me. Look over there. It's this nigga fault. Look, we need to, you know what I'm saying? We're underperforming right now. We're not playing up to our capabilities. We gonna get this right. You know what I'm saying? And any issues that we're having, you know, any issues in-house, we're gonna keep them in-house. We ain't gonna go into the media. We ain't gonna go out in the media and badmouth our teammates and coaches and all that shit. I don't know what the fuck these new niggas is on. It's just disrespectful, bro. Like I said, everybody deserves a baseline level of respect, dog. Period, point blank. Like, whatever you think about Mike McCarthy, you know what I'm saying? He's still a professional NFL head coach. He is that. That's not fairy tale. That's real life. So why people feel the need to disrespect this man, you know what I'm saying? And why people feel the need to disrespect this man and, you know, put him in some motherfucker that don't know what the fuck he's doing. Like he's just some type of dummy or some shit. Like, I don't get that. Okay? Now, let me read off some of this shit from Mike McCarthy. I'm on his Wikipedia right now. Okay? As a coach, he's been a coach since 1987. Okay? He was a coach at Fort Hays State. Let me see. Fort Hays State Tigers football, Fort Hays State University in college football. They're Division II school. Okay. Then he coached at Pitt. Okay. The Pittsburgh Panthers from 89 to 91. Okay. He was an assistant, okay? Then he was the wide receivers coach at Pittsburgh in 92, okay? Then in 93, he moved to the professional ranks, okay? And he worked for the Kansas City Chiefs, offensive quality control in 93, 94. Then he was the Kansas City Chiefs quarterbacks coach from 1995 to 1998. Then he was the Green Bay Packers quarterbacks coach in 1999. Okay, that means he was the quarterback coach when Brett Favre was there. Okay, so he was Brett Favre's coach. I think Brett Favre might know a little bit of something about football. Okay, then from 2000 to 2004. He was the offensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints. Okay. Then in 2005, he became the offensive coordinator of the Niners. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? He was with us for a year, and then he got the job in Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? So in 20 years, he went from and I know 20 years is a long time, but that's what it takes, you know what I mean, to be able to climb the ranks and become a football head coach, you know what I'm saying, and on the professional level, you know what I mean. It took him from 1987 to 2006 to become an NFL head coach, you know what I'm saying, and he climbed up the ranks, you know, and ended up winning he was the coach of the Green Bay Packers for 13 years, from 2006 to 2018. Okay, he had a long run there, and they won a Super Bowl. Okay, and then he took a year off, and then he's been the Dallas Cowboys head coach from 2020 until now. So let's look at his head coaching record. Throughout his whole tenure, okay, as a head coach, he's 170 games up and 108 games down in 2 ties. So he's won 61% of his games as a head coach. That's pretty good, okay? In the postseason, he has an even 500 record at 11-11. That's so, you know, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? And for his career, he's won 60% of his games at 181 wins, 119 losses, and 2 ties. Okay. Okay, so his playing career, okay? After high school, McCarthy initially went to Salem University in Western Virginia before returning home to work in his father's bar. In 1984, McCarthy attended Scottsdale Community College in Arizona, playing one season for the Fighting Artichokes football team. He then transferred to Baker University, an NAIA school located in Baldwin City, Kansas. McCarthy was a two-time all-conference tight end. In 1986, McCarthy was captain of the team, which finished the season as the national runner-up in the NAIA Division II. Okay, so, he played in college. He, played lower-level college football, but, he still played. You know what I'm saying? And he had enough knowledge of the game, obviously, to where instantly after his coaching career was done, after his playing career was done in college, he instantly became a coach, okay, and climbed up the ranks. So obviously he knows fucking football. You don't just become a head coach in the NFL just because. Now, I know someone, well, there's a lot of, what they say, there's a lot of nepotism and a lot of, this, that, blah, blah. You got to understand, bro, like it's different as in coaching as far than playing. Like what LeBron James did with Bronny James is just a fucking joke. Bronny James is not an NBA player, bro. Like, it's like that he put a fucking family member on his fucking team and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, coaching is different though, because you can know the game and not be able to play it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, players have, they've been known to have a little bit more respect overall for coaches that have played the game as well, but not all coaches have played the game, and not all great coaches, even if they have played the game at the high level. Even though if you played the game, you played the game. On a professional level. Bill Belichick never played in the NFL. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Most people would say he's the greatest of all time. I take Bill Walsh. I got Bill Belichick number 2, but you know what I'm saying? Regardless, you know what I'm saying? We all know Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time. He never played in the NFL, so Greg Popovich in the NBA, he never played in the NBA. Okay, one of the greatest coaches of all time. So I'm saying, bro, like, I don't know what happened or where this started, where we got to a point to where we looked at Mike McCarthy like some type of joke of a coach. I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And as I'm saying that, it probably, as I'm thinking about it probably goes back to, one of the guys I just mentioned a little while ago, which is Aaron Rodgers. I think that's where it started, because toward the end of Mike McCarthy's tenure in Green Bay, that's what a lot of the talk was. A lot of the talk was about Mike McCarthy kind of losing touch with the game, and as the game outgrown him and his schemes and his whatever the fuck, and him and Aaron Rodgers wasn't seeing eye to eye. And listen, as time goes by, I see what all that was. All that was is the team wasn't, they had won the Super Bowl, but they were falling short every year of what the expectation was, which is to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And instead of Aaron Rodgers accepting the blame on himself as the star player of the team, he wanted to blame it on Mike McCarthy. And so the media then gets behind the player and starts to run with that narrative of Aaron Rodgers is doing his job, Mike McCarthy is the one that's dropping the ball, and then that gets it rolling, and then So that's where it started at. You know what I'm saying? And then when he went to the Cowboys, it kind of made it a little worse because it's like the Cowboys are one of those teams that they're like an entertainment kind of team. You know what I'm saying? People watch them to either win or to lose. You ain't really no in between. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows how the team is ran, and that, you know, Jerry Jones and the establishment there in that franchise, they kind of are like the dictatorship over everything else that goes on in the organization. And I understand, rightfully so, it's his team. You know what I'm saying? He get to run his team how he want to run his team. I ain't mad at him for it. I'm just saying that's the reason why you haven't had the success. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't even been to an NFC championship game in damn near 30 years, because you got to hire these football people, man, and allow them to do the job, man. You can't hire them and then tell them how to do it. You know what I'm saying? They're football people. They know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get out of the way and let them do it. You know what I'm saying? And Jerry Jones, you know, from what they say, I don't know, I'm not there, but the word is that's how he is. He won't, you know what I mean? He won't get out the way. He you know, because he's extremely successful in the team overall and marketing the team and having the team be, I think the Dallas Cowboys are the most wealthiest, or like they're worth the most. The Dallas Cowboys are worth the most out of every professional sports franchise across all sports, across all four major sports. You know what I mean? Baseball, basketball, football, and hockey. So that's including the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? In basketball, that's including the Yankees. In baseball, you know what I'm saying? The Dallas Cowboys are worth the most. So he's extremely successful with that end of it. And they always have a lot of talent, and they always seem to have a respectable team. This year, they don't look as good, but this will be their first bad team in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So I think his first year, Mike McCarthy's first year, was his only bad year. They went 6-10 his rookie year, or his first year with the Cowboys. And after that, they went 12-5. And they lost to us, you know what I mean, in the wild card round, when we still had Jimmy G. Then 2022, they went 12-5 and lost to us in the divisional round, the Niners. You know what I'm saying? In 2023, they went 12-5. You know what I mean? So, you know, when Micah Parsons sit up there and says,
Your thoughts to what?
One of the guys that I have so much sympathy in. Type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So
to sit up there and say that Zach Martin, because he's been a great offensive lineman for his career, to say that he's put in more work and time than Mike McCarthy ever has. Like, what are you trying to like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, dog? So what is Mike McCarthy over there doing? Is he just over there with his finger up his nose, scratching his butt? Like he ain't doing nothing? Come on, man. Like it's, you know, so I don't get it. Like I just like how could you say that about the head coach? Like I said, feel how you want to feel about him, man. I'm not telling you wrong. I'm not there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You may not agree. I'm just saying that's so below the disrespectful line, dog, that it's just like, and to me, there's just a certain level of respect that everybody deserves, bro. Everybody. Like he you know, Mike McCarthy didn't deserve that. And what that shows me too is that they don't have respect for Mike McCarthy because they know that he's not the end all be all. They can go to Jerry Jones. They can go above Mike McCarthy. And that's really what it's. And like I said, that goes back to Jerry Jones and those and his son and everybody that's on the upper management that's running the team, because they are allowing for the players to behave this way and do this. They're not assuring the head coach that he can lay the law down and let it be known that we ain't tolerating this. Because what Micah Parsons fails to realize is that, dude, like, all you showing is that you're not a winner and you're not a real leader and you don't know how to win. Like, this is not how you're going to win, bro. You got to be together. And I'm not saying it can't be a little friction. We all heard Kobe Bryant say that sometimes it got to be a little uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you get better. You know what I'm saying? But not that way. Like Kobe Bryant never came out and lambasted a teammate or a coach like, nah, this nigga right here, this nigga's a fucking bum. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't working as hard as me or as hard as the rest of us in here. So this nigga, man, this nigga's a bum. Like, that just don't make no damn sense. Here we go, bro. Like, here we go. Here we go with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, nah, that don't make no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see what these people.
I kind of feel bad for guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year on their way out, you know, because that's what I wanted to hold the trophy for. You know, you want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So those are the kind of guys that I have so much sympathy and hurt for.
You have so much sympathy and hurt for those. Why? And why do you have sympathy for them? Like what is Mike McCarthy doing to hold you back from going out there on the field and wreaking havoc and causing some turnovers to help your team win? Causing some turnovers, getting the ball back for your offense so they can go down there and score some points and y'all can win the game. How is Mike McCarthy stopping you from doing that? Mike McCarthy ain't stopping you from doing that. You know what I'm saying? Mike McCarthy is not stopping you from going out on the field and wreaking all type of havoc on the opponent. He's definitely not stopping you from doing that. He wants you to do that. So why you ain't doing that? How is he, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, and you out here talking like the season is over. You know what I'm saying? Like you to go out and win, y'all can, it's possible y'all niggas could go out and win the rest of y'all games. What you, 3-6? That's 9 games. So that means you got 8 more to play. What if you go out there and you win all 8? And you end up 11-6. You're going to get a playoff spot. So the season is not over. So why are you talking that way? Oh, I feel so bad and my sympathy for the guys that are this and that, blah, blah, blah. They probably looking at you like you fucking stupid. Like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? We got a game this week. You know what I'm saying? We got to go out there and try to win. You out here talking, giving concession speeches and thinking you know what I mean, expecting to get some brownie points because you saying all of this shit about this and that, man. Zach Martin probably looking at your ass like you dumb than a motherfucker. Like, don't feel sorry for me, bro. Just go out there. Ain't no reason to feel sorry if you go out there and do your job and do what you're supposed to do and do what they paying you for. It wouldn't be no reason to feel no type of sympathy for nobody. You know what I'm saying? See, you can go out there and you can help contribute to winning, or you can help contribute to losing like your ass doing right now. By not being available to play, you contributing to losing. By going out there, by coming back this past week and going out there and not doing shit and blaming somebody else, that's contributing to losing. By getting in the motherfucking media after the game and talking shit about your head coach, that's contributing to losing. All of it is contributing to losing. You're a fucking loser. That's why you're losing. It ain't Mike McCarthy fault. Dumb, ignorant, stupid motherfucker that done let all of these motherfuckers get in your ear and bloviate and pump your head up to think you all this and all that because they talking about you like you the next Lawrence Taylor or some shit, and your ass ain't that. You a good defensive player, okay? But you ain't no, this is my thing. This nigga in there talking about, oh, these guys, I feel sorry for. Micah Parsons. You've done nothing in this league, bro. What have you really done? You've done nothing. You've done absolutely nothing on the grand scheme of things, bro. You've done nothing in this league, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't get it. I don't get like why this guy is talking like me. And even guys that accomplish shit and do things, they don't talk like this because they know they don't have to. They know all the things that they've done and they've accomplished speaks for itself. Okay, he's talking like this because he's insecure because, you know, he doesn't want the blame to be put on himself. So he's trying to put it off on someone else. He's trying to put it off on the low-hanging fruit that everybody talks shit about. You know what I'm saying? So, but Micah Parsons has done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, he's done absolutely nothing in this league on the grand scheme of things. I know, you know, he was the rookie of the year and all that, the defensive rookie of the year and all that. But I'm saying, okay, what's next? You ain't won no defensive player of the year. You don't do shit in the playoffs when you get to them. You ain't won no Super Bowls. Everybody make the fucking Pro Bowl nowadays, so that shit don't mean shit. I mean, it's something, but, you know, I'm not trying to poo-poo it, but, I mean, come on now. You talking about Mike McCarthy like you some fucking sure Hall of Famer, and you not. Let's look at your bitch ass and your stats, boy. You stinking ass bitch. Let's look at this punk motherfucker. Okay. Let's see here. Micah bitch ass Parsons. Let's see. Dallas News. Micah Parsons, Mike McCarthy drama is distraction Cowboys don't need. Let's see here. Micah Parsons was born in 1999. So Mike McCarthy started coaching 12 years before your ass was born, boy. And you got the nerve to disrespect this. That's what lets you know these motherfuckers don't be knowing shit, bro. Like when you younger, you think you know it all. You don't know shit, bro. Mike McCarthy done forgot more football than your bitch ass know. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at it here. He is an NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, 2-time first-team All-Pro. That's good, 21 to 22. Second-team All-Pro, 23. 3-time Pro Bowler. Buckets Award. That's in college, I believe. Rookie team. Big Ten Linebacker of the Year. So, yeah, I mean, he's a good player, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Mike McCarthy is also a good coach. You being a good player doesn't give you the right and the pass to be able to be nasty and mean and disrespectful to your coach, your active coach. That don't give you that right to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's cool. I don't rock with that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's supposed to be a certain level of respect, and there was a certain level of respect that we gave to all of our authority growing up, not just our parents. You know what I'm saying? Not just, our grandparents, but, authoritative figures at church, authoritative figures in the school, authoritative figures, sports authoritative figures, whether it be coaches, referees, and, you know what I mean? Yeah, every once in a while, somebody got out of line, and, we grew up with some badass kids too. I'm not just saying, but I'm just saying for the most part. And like I said, I understand on that level you're dealing with adults to kids, and on this level you're dealing with adults and adults. You know what I'm saying? But you always supposed to show respect. Okay, Micah Parsons should understand this man been coaching longer than I've been alive. So I don't need to just sit here and act like I know it all. I know what I need to do on the field, and Mike McCarthy knows that I know that I he don't need to overcoach me. You know what I'm saying? I know that I don't need to be overcoached just because he been coaching. I know that I know that I don't need to be overcoached just because he's been coaching longer than I've been alive. But I'm going to always show him that respect and let him know that I'm always coachable, and you can always coach me up, get on me, or whatever. I'm never going to be too big for that. If I have something that I disagree with, I'm going to voice it to you and bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? And if something ever gets so bad that it gets leaked out into the media, you will know about it first before the media does. That's all I'm saying. I know some people say, "Oh, well, Jada, how you know he didn't speak to Mike McCarthy before he said that?" He didn't. I don't know that, but I know he didn't, because he just don't seem like that type of person. Oh, you judging him? You prejudging him, this and that? Yep, I am. I sure the fuck am. Micah Parsons ain't said nothing to Mike McCarthy before he said that. He just went out and said that shit. So I don't want to fucking hear it. I already know. He don't respect that man. You did. He don't respect that man. Let's see what these motherfuckers have said about it.
Your thoughts to what Mike Parsons had to say about Mike McCarthy?
I mean, listen, the locker room. I mean, listen, locker room.
My fault. Here we go.
Is when in the locker room is a safe place where you could, have these type of discussions behind the scenes. Everything wasn't meant to be, out in the open. We always, I know in the media we want to pull the curtain back and expose and all those type of things. That's just really not the way the locker room is supposed to be, okay? We need to keep things in-house. And so my problem with a guy like Micah Parsons, listen, first and foremost, Micah Parsons is a great football player. But the problem I have with like Micah Parsons and a lot of these podcast boys out here is they want to be, they want to be exposing all the things that's going on behind the scenes. So putting all their thoughts out there for all of us in media to consume. But that's to the detriment of the team, okay? It's to the detriment of the team. I understand that the team is not doing well.
Explain yourself. You said we should make trying the new Boost Mobile risky, risk-free. Oh, then we shouldn't use Snax at all. We should just make a 30-day money-back guarantee. That way, switching from Verizon or AT&T is a no-brainer.
Just like you said, I hate when they gotta do that. I hate when they gotta, classified it, or what's the word, or prerequisited with, oh yeah, Michael Parsons, before I say this fucked up shit that I'm about to say about him, he's a great player and this and that. But dog, we know he's a great player. I don't give a fuck if you're a great player, bro. That don't give you the right to disrespect motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna win like that, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody gotta be one unit if you want to win. You can't be separate like these motherfuckers. These Dallas Cowboys this year, they separate than the motherfucker. These motherfuckers ain't together. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott was getting into it earlier, and then not to mention, y'all remember all that shit that was going on in the offseason? Basically all the players' family members were all teaming up and talking shit about Dak Prescott. They was never going to win, bro. They was never going to win. Like, these people got to get this shit. Jerry Jones got to understand, bro, I got to get this shit under control. You know what I'm saying? You gotta either let Mike McCarthy do what the fuck he supposed to do, or get him up out of there and get somebody up in there that you're going to let right the ship and get shit in order, and let it be known that the way shit been going down here, around here, it ain't going down like that no more. And if you think that's how it's gonna be, your ass getting shipped out. You can go do that shit with somebody else. You ain't finna do it here no more.
What does it do for Micah Parsons after a bad loss where y'all got smacked every which way against the Philadelphia Eagles? What good does it do to undress your head coach in the manner in which you undressed him after the game? You might have issues with Mike McCarthy. You might not like the way, the way he put the game plan together. You might not like the way that he does things as a coach. But there's something called respect for the man that's coaching in your building, okay? And so for me, I just find it disgusting for you to go out there and talk in the manner in which you talked about the head coach, because it does nothing to help the Dallas Cowboys at this point in time. We haven't even reached Thanksgiving yet. This thing could get a whole lot worse moving forward when you got guys out there saying the things that he's saying in front of the whole media. It just doesn't make any sense. Shannon, I've never heard a player undress a coach the way that Micah Parsons undressed him yesterday post-game. It just doesn't
I never heard it
either.
Shannon.
Stephen A., let me go, Stephen A. And Micah Parsons says, look, guys, being a head coach, we know there's things that happen. Mike could leave here and go get another job, and hey, he's coaching again. But when he said that Zach Martin has done more than Mike McCarthy ever has, that's where he ran into the trouble, because we understand coaches can go get other jobs. We know Zach Martin is closer to the end than the beginning, and he probably just wants to be a one-helmet team. Now, he could. I'm sure somebody will give him an opportunity based on his resume if he wanted to continue to play. if the Cowboys are wanting to move on from Zach Martin. But he ran into the problem, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, D, is that normally what happened in the locker room stayed in the locker room. What was discussed in the locker room stayed in the locker room. Because of now this new media, as they call it, Stephen A., and everybody wants a level of transparency. But transparency has to be good for both sides. Not only the people that consumes it, but for the locker room and the people that disseminating. That doesn't help my locker room. That's not going to help us win any more football games. Like you said, if you got a problem with Stephen A. saying to put the game plan together, or the practice schedule, or the travel schedule, that's one thing. That's something you can talk. Mike, I think we practice it too hard. We practice it too long. I think the meetings are too early, too long. That's one thing. But to say what he said, and in the manner in which you said it, remember, drunk,
look
angry
at
people
that
with kids will tell you
forehead.
the truth. He's frustrated. He's angry with all the losing that they're doing. He's speaking.
How can this guy talk shit about anybody?
Not to mention, it's one of the faces of your franchise.
How?
A couple of things that we need to point to.
How can he talk
I'm
shit?
glad. I don't know whether you
look at this forehead,
Republican candidate or senator or whatever, Mr. Woody, with that tie and that suit on.
I'm very presidential.
Very presidential.
boy.
Hey.
That shit is at the top of your damn dome.
That message. But my point to you is
Come
this:
on, man.
when I think
You
about
got
what
to cut
y'all are
that,
saying,
big dog.
as I told Shannon and Dio in the first hour, there's nothing to dispute there. My problem is why are we stopping it? This is not something Micah Parsons has ever done before. Why would he choose to do it now? I think that it provokes us to ask.
Now I got some shit to say about what this nigga
guys
said.
and their podcasts and stuff like that.
Because Stephen A. is getting ready to talk out of both sides of his damn mouth. Okay. He's getting ready to talk out of both sides of his mouth.
This is, dare I say, the ridiculousness of the folks in the podcast world. They don't realize the more they talk, the more they confirm what the media has said about them all along. Because what happens is that you're seeing guys revealing a whole bunch of things over these podcasts, but when the media reported it, we were lying. Well, we fabricated.
He turning it into something else. They ain't even talking about that.
All the time, Shannon. I tell them all the time, Woody, Shay, I just say, just sit back. Like, I'm one of those guys that's been on the record. I've never had a problem with guys having their own platform. First of all, I want you to make your money. I want you to have a different outlet other than the sport that you play to rely upon your money. I don't want your only source of revenue for your life being what you have to do on the playing court or field. No, I want you to be out here making your money just like anybody else. But I always tell people,
Nigga, they make way more money doing that than what you do, bitch.
They'll tell. Just look at it. Oh, didn't you deny, didn't you say the media was lying about this, that, and that? And then all of a sudden, they go out there. Because I promise you, Micah Parsons at some point, y'all misconstrued what I said. Y'all misconstrued what I said. Oh, it's coming. Oh, you can book it. You lied to get Kellen Moore out of there so you could call plays. You could do it. You're doing it. The level of culpability that he may have may be what has assisted and contributed to the level of frustration we heard Micah Parsons articulate.
See?
And if that's the case,
See?
Shannon and you are right in terms of what you shouldn't say, but sometimes when you're emotional and frustrated and you're downtrodden and you feel you're getting the fingers pointed in your direction, you're dying for somebody to speak up. Sometimes a star speaks up on behalf of everybody else because somebody else that doesn't have the cachet can't say what.
See? And that's what I'm saying. See, they want these men to be on this bitch shit. Because that's what I'm saying. See, he said sometimes when you know this and you that, and you emotional. So what he's basically saying is, you know, it's okay for Micah Parsons to be, you know, talking like this and being disrespectful like this because he was emotional. And he needs to let his emotions out and release that frustration. Nah, men don't do that. Men don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or what a real man is gonna do is bring that up to Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? And they can hash that out. You know what I'm saying? That's really what what a real man would do. You know what I mean? Not get up there and say the bogus ass shit that he just said about Mike McCarthy. And this man Mike McCarthy been coaching since fucking 1987 and been around football since the early 80s. You know what I'm saying? Playing. Come on, man.
What they really are clamoring and desiring to be said. Y'all know this better than me because both of y'all are players and both of y'all are champions. You know good and damn well players talk to each other. And you know good and damn well the likelihood that Micah
Stephen A.
Parsons
sound like a bitch, bro.
that is what a whole bunch of cats were saying to one another behind closed doors to each other.
All he doing is talking about a whole bunch of gossiping.
You got to take all of those things into consideration. And if he felt compelled to do it, what was being done behind the scenes to the players and the eyes of the players by the very coach he was talking about? We got to take all of those things into consideration.
No, we don't.
We got to ask again.
No, we don't.
Not condoning it.
Yeah, you are.
Not giving the okay, but just trying to crystallize the motive behind something so obviously wrong. You're Micah Parsons. You can't defend this. It's clearly wrong. There's nobody worth sent who would advise you to do that. Why did you do that? Because I can assure you, Micah Parsons is not stupid. He is not dumb.
Nah.
A matter of fact, he can be very deliberate and intentional with his actions. Well, again, not defending it. But why would he do that? I'm just saying I can ask that question.
Let me ask you this question.
Sure.
So
we all know.
So look,
Mike McCarthy is a damn.
Micah Parsons is not stupid. He is not dumb. A matter of fact, he can be very deliberate and intentional with his actions. Well, again, not defending it, but why would he do that? I'm just saying I can ask that question. Let me ask you this question.
So basically what the nigga is he talking out of both sides of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And so he basically saying that, you know, he trying to be like, you know, so you know, why would he do that? That's out of, you know, he's saying that's out of his character. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, or you know, he's saying Micah Parsons never done nothing like that before. So actually, he has. He ain't been that direct with his disrespect before, but it's been kind of in that ballpark. You know what I'm saying? Before. So I would just say Stephen A. is talking out of both sides of his mouth because he's saying, I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying that is right. It wasn't right that he said it. But what was the reason why he really said, bro, it doesn't matter what the whole point is. It don't matter what the reason is. There's no valid reason for doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole point. You know what I'm saying? There's no, like, ain't no okaying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, you could have hollered at Mike McCarthy behind closed doors. Mike McCarthy ain't doing you like that. Like I said, it can go both ways. Mike McCarthy could be like, bro, you missed the last 3-4 games. How the fuck your cripple ass talking? How? You ain't even been available to play. So, but see, he know Mike McCarthy ain't gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, if Mike McCarthy was to do that, that'll crack his motherfucking mask. If Mike McCarthy was to come out in the media and be like, listen, Micah Parsons can say whatever he want. He feel however he feel. But I tell you, I feel like this. This motherfucker's a crybaby ass nigga. He don't never play big in big games. He always want to blame somebody else. He never accepting accountability. And not only that, he ain't even been available to play for the past 4 games. So how the fuck can he say any fucking thing? You know what I'm saying? You can't fucking help. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you came back in this game today against the Philadelphia Eagles. What the fuck did you do? Did you do anything to contribute to the win? What was your stats? You know what I'm saying? Why don't we look that shit up? Why don't we look that shit the fuck up? Big dog. Dallas Cowboys versus Philadelphia Eagles. 34-6. They got dog walked. Yeah, it's got dog walked, big dog. You understand me? Yeah, let's look at these players' statistics. Brody. Defense. Come on. Okay, go to the Cowboys. Micah Parsons. 2 tackles, 2 sacks. So I'm assuming that both of his tackles was sacks. So, okay, he had 2 sacks. But I'm saying, so he had 2 sacks. So you at least did that. You got to the quarterback 2 times on your first. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? You got to the quarterback 2 times on your first game back. You know what I'm saying? After not playing for a while. So I give him that off the toppers. You understand me? But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I'm just saying, like, Micah, this was not, you know, I don't know what he was trying to accomplish with, you know what I'm saying, with that. So now, wait, let me see, because it was some other shit that I wanted to see, because I guess he responded to everybody's response to him.
Talk about it shows up on the football field. He's not telling us things that we don't really know.
You're saying we know. I'm saying to you is Micah Parsons might think this is going to be Jerry Jones holding on to a cat too long.
Shannon, what do you think?
No, he might not know that. He might want it to happen, but he might think that Jerry might save him.
As a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, Rob feels
Come on,
financially at ease, which means he can
Come
worry
on
about
with the
other things
commercials,
like
big
what if
dog.
this is really big. Become a member today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Woody, I say this all the time, and I got a lot of quotes. You never guess what happened?
This happens and all of this other stuff. If Mike McCarthy hasn't changed stuff up, do we know that he has been a model of consistency? Do you have some inside information that the rest of us don't know about? Do we know?
No, but what I'm saying, Stephen A., even take the practice and the travel itinerary aside. What did they do when they was winning? They ran their mouths. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? You accepted when they were winning and they're running their mouths. Now you got a problem. You should have shut it down. Look at teams that win and look at how little they talk. You don't hear Kansas City yapping. You never heard the New England Patriots yapping. You don't hear the Lions yapping. What have the Dallas Cowboys continuously done, even though they haven't won anything in 28 years?
Well, I would say the answer to that question is you brought up 2 organizations that are led by Andy Reid and Bill Belichick, respectively. And I would submit to you that if Bill Belichick was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, you wouldn't be hearing something like this from Micah Parsons. So the fact
you would.
that Micah Parsons,
You would.
From Micah Parsons,
yep.
The players. If Bill Belichick was there, you trying to tell me you would hear that from the players?
There's more than one voice in that organization.
See, Stephen, they don't understand. That's my whole point. They just proved my whole point when they said that. It's not Mike McCarthy's fault. It's not Mike McCarthy's fault.
Jerry Jones, you know
what I'm saying? Jerry Jones is the issue because of the control that he won't concede to the whoever the head coach is, not realizing that, dude, you always have the control. You the owner. You know what I'm saying? But I guess he don't see it that way.
Emasculated. Okay. Jerry Jones would have emasculated. He wouldn't give him the control that he needs.
See?
What I don't like is that he's critiquing someone's work ethic who's been in the business of coaching for multiple decades.
There you go. I agree with her and what she just said. That's my whole thing about this thing. Is exactly what she just said.
Critiquing someone's work ethic who's been in the business of coaching for. What I don't like is that he's critiquing someone's work ethic who's been in the business of coaching for multiple decades. That's what I think no one likes here. You could be mad at what's going on in Dallas, and that's the end of it.
That's my whole point of it right there. Is that you out here critiquing Mike McCarthy's work ethic, basically. Like you know what I'm saying? That's why I said, what the fuck have you done? Like, this man is already a Super Bowl winning head coach. What have you done? Really? Like, you've done nothing. In the grand scheme of things, you've done nothing. You haven't had a cute little career so far. But in the grand scheme of things, like, that's baseline level shit for what they say you supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. I count on more than Peyton Manning.
Peyton.
Welcome back to The Edge Live in your Blitz app.
I want to hear this.
I am your host, Micah Parsons, and this episode is sponsored by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. First and foremost, it felt great to be back out there on the field. But, before
I haven't seen this. I'm seeing this for the first time.
I want to just hit it right on the head. The controversy statement between me and Mike McCarthy. And first and foremost, if anyone ever felt a type of way about this situation, I would like to apologize like I did when I met with Coach McCarthy, apologize to his face, man to man. Whether people understood what I said and didn't, this is why we're here. Obviously, I said Mike can go wherever he wants.
So y'all see. So now, already, you see what it is. He trying to spin it. He already trying to spin it. Oh, y'all know what you know what I'm saying? I'm here to clarify, what I said, and I apologize. What you apologize for? What you apologizing for? You said the shit, so like now you apologizing already? This dude's a clown, bro.
I kind of feel bad for guys like Zach Martin, guys who be on their last year on their way up, because that's who I want to hold the trophy for. You want to win games and do great things for those type of legends who put more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. When I say statements like that, and when I put things like that, thinking about my teammates, right? I understand the coaching aspect, but when you think of guys like Zach Martin, I think of guys like DeMarcus Lawrence. Before Tyron left, I think of guys like Tyron Smith. I think of guys like Zeke. I mean, you can even go way back to, I never played with Jason Witten, but think about Jason Witten. Every day you look at all these legends who put in so much time and work into the blue and white. With the Cowboys, they represent how they represented the Dallas Cowboys. Even DeMarcus Ware, you think about all these great legends. And fortunate enough, I got to play with quite a few. I'm still playing with CeeDee Lamb. I'm still playing with Zach Martin. But when I think about all those guys that helped me get better, helped me grow as a player, how much Zach helped me with my technique, critiqued me, I was wrong, helped me get better. Guys like Tyron, Dak, Zeke, guys.
Now look, I was just getting ready to say, you see how he said all them people and he didn't say Dak? Right when I was getting ready to say that, you see how he threw Dak's name in there. Zeke Dak, and then he threw his name in there real quick. That tells me something right there too. They don't have a lot of the respect for Dak Prescott either. You know what I'm saying? They probably feel like, hey, this nigga making all this money and he ain't all that. He cool, but he ain't all that. That's how they feel. You can tell because he ran off about 10 names before he even said Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott is one of the obvious. If you're going to say Zeke, you got to say Dak. They came in the same year. And that's like kind of like the era where they kind of like took back off because towards the end of the Tony Romo era, you know what I mean? They was kind of falling off a little bit, 8-8, 8-8, you know what I'm saying? But that's the Dak and Zeke era is what, you know what I mean, like put the shit back into motion. So if you gonna say Zeke, you gotta say Dak because they both came in the same year and they both was competing for like rookie of the year and offensive rookie of the year and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? So him not saying Dak Prescott until like 10, 11, 12 names in, and then on top of that, he said it so fucking fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna throw his name in there, just throw it in there so they don't say that I didn't say his name, but I ain't really trying to say that nigga name. You know what I'm saying? Because they probably feel like he contributed a lot this year to where the team is at by all of his interceptions and all that. And that's true. But still, you know what I mean? Win as a team, lose as a team, bitch.
That kind of molded me into the player I am. And, kind of took this young rookie guy that, and kind of helped move me to a place where some would say a superstar, but I would say still a humbling beginning to be able to be on the same playing field as those guys and understanding that since I've been in the league, every year a team changes, right? There's never going to be the same amount of players. Not the same amount of players, the same players on the same team. There'll be a couple that come back because obviously cap reasons, you got to pay guys retire. But since I've been, MG retired, obviously we let him go, but MG retired. But all those great players that I didn't even think we would lose Tyron. So, you just play with so many great players. You never know when it's going to be their last year. I understand that a guy like Zach's in his last year of his deal. He could look at retirement. I don't know yet, but, obviously we understand how much time he's put into Dallas Cowboys. He's a legend. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He just done so many great things. So when I think about guys who I want to win a title for, he's at the top of my list. When Tyron's here, I want to win a title for him and Zach. So it just didn't matter to me about the player. It just didn't matter about the importance and how much, they bring to the program. These guys have just been always true leaders, always been devoted to helping everyone grow. So to me, and it has nothing to do with coaching, right? I look at a situation like, Dan,
this dude big capping, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? How it got nothing to do with coaching? If it ain't got nothing to do with coaching, you wouldn't have said that nigga name, bro. Just like Dan Orlovsky said earlier, you could have been like, man, I feel bad for, even though you shouldn't be saying none of that anyway, because y'all right in the middle of the season, bro. So you shouldn't be feeling bad for nobody. You should be trying to go out there and win. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can try to make the playoffs so you can do all the shit that you talking about you want to do, win for them and all of those. And all that shit is capping, bro. Like, I'm not saying you don't be wanting to win for your brothers and all that shit. I know that's a part of it, too. Definitely. But he putting on, though. That's all I'm saying. He putting on the extras. I see through all of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, want to win because you want to win. And not like, you know what I'm saying? But, all that, you know what I mean? Putting on all them extras, talking about, you wanna win for your brothers, and it ain't even about. If it wasn't about coaching, you would have been like, look, man, you know what I'm saying, Zach Martin, this and that, you know what I mean? I just want to win for him, you know what I'm saying? The season ain't going the way it's expected right now, and players like that is who I feel bad for, you know what I'm saying? That I want to win for, and some of the other legends in the game, franchise or whatever. But we're gonna keep our head down, you know what I mean, or keep our foot down and try to see if we could turn it around. And that's it. You ain't got to bring up Mike McCarthy and say put in more work than Mike McCarthy ever did and all that other shit, bro. Like, so to say that you saying that, then say, oh yeah, it ain't about it ain't even about the coaching. That's bullshit. Otherwise, you wouldn't even brought up his name.
Dan's like an uncle to me, and at the end of the day, Dan can always do what's best for him. I always knew he was a great coach. I never questioned his coaching ability, but he decided to take on a better job. Who knows at the end of this year, Mike is one of the youngest coaches in NFL history. And that's the God honest truth. We went 12-5 3 years in a row. That didn't happen because Mike's a bad coach, because he's a good coach. And just because one person has trial and error in 1 year, that just doesn't define him. So it honestly hurts me to read these clippings of Rex Ryan and Damian Woody, and we're gonna pull it up because it honestly
you fucking serious?
Is infuriating. A guy like Woody, right? A former player, he's a Super Bowl champ.
He
should know the significance of one, throwing out someone's injury. Like, I wanted to get injured. Now, that's blatant disrespect. I've never missed a game in my career. Not college, not high school, not even about 4 or 5 weeks ago to injury. To say that I'm just missing games because of injury, like it's just some injury after I suffered a significant injury playing the game that we love. Someone who's been around
this
teams
nigga
and legends
is fucking
like
these dudes is really like bitches, bro.
Someone who's
been
around teams and legends playing the game that we love. Someone who's been around teams and legends at that can say like some injury after I suffered to say that I'm just missing games. High school weekends of one, throwing out someone's injury is infuriating. A guy like Woody, right? Because it just honestly is infuriating. A guy like Woody, right? A former player, he's a Super Bowl champ. He should know the significance of one. And just because one person has trial and error in 1 year, that just doesn't define him. So it honestly hurts me to read these clippings of Rex Ryan and Damian Woody, and we're gonna pull it up because it just honestly is infuriating. A guy like Woody, right? A former player, he's a Super Bowl champ. He should know the significance of one, throwing out some.
Bro, this nigga said it hurts him and it's infuriating. You know what I'm saying? It hurts him and it's infuriating, bro. Like, dude, like, so you really said that, and you thought like you didn't say nothing that anybody was supposed to like take any type of way? That shit, like, if that's what you really feel like, bro, like, damn, bro, these niggas is just like females, because that's what females do. Females say some old wild out, crazy ass shit that, like, it'd be like, damn, like, you really said that shit. But then when you know what I mean, when you try to, like, either check them on it or bring it to their attention that they said some wild ass shit, they act like, me? Like, what the fuck? Like, I just don't get that. So, yeah, man, I don't understand, like, how this dude's supposed to be a grown ass man to sit here and say like, bro, you gotta now, right? Like, bro, you said the shit, bro. Don't, now that you getting backlash from it, try to say you hurt and you infuriated that people would
feel this type of way about, like, bro, like, you came out, my nigga, and disrespected this man's whole career. Talking about these players that put in more work and time than Mike McCarthy ever did and all this shit. He can go wherever he want to go and all that, bro. Like, come on, man. He just disrespected this man. You know what I'm saying? And you don't see how professionals would hear you say something like that and have a problem with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make no sense because you didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Everybody could feel how they want to feel about his coaching style, how good of a coach he is or whatever. But, I mean, damn, you know what I'm saying? You can't get off up in the media and say that. And you got to just come out and just say, if you want to walk it back, that's cool. It's cool to walk it back, but walk it back and stand on it. Like, look, man, I shouldn't have said that. I was in the heat of the moment. Our team is going through it right now. We in turmoil, but you know what? Hey, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get it together. I talk to the guys, you know what I'm saying? From here on out, we're going to keep everything in-house type shit, you know what I mean? Any issues that we got, and just try to get through the rest of this season and make it what it is type shit, you know what I'm saying? And just own it. Not come out and try to be throwing shots at Woody and Rex Ryan and like they wrong for feeling how they feeling. When they not wrong for feeling how they feeling. They was exactly right. Like, this some bullshit that you did. It don't matter what you feel about Rex Ryan. You don't, about Mike McCarthy, you don't get off in the media and say some more wild ass shit like that about him. You just don't do that. I'm sorry. You don't do that. So to say you like to act like you can't understand how a motherfucker, you know what I mean, could be kind of like scratching their head about what you said, you know what I mean? That got me scratching my head. You understand me?
Someone's injury. Like, I wanted to get injured. Now that's
you sound like a bitch.
I've never missed a game in my career. Not college, not high school.
You sound like
not
a bitch.
even to about 4 or 5 weeks ago to injury. To say that I'm just missing games because of injury, like it's just some injury after I suffered a significant injury playing the game that we love. Someone who's been around teams and legends at that can say, like, that's how I know we all have to see through the BS of what these TV analysts are trying to do and, you know, provide us and basically take words. I never once threw or even intended to throw Mike McCarthy under the bus. Like I said, he's one of the most winningest coaches. He is a Super Bowl champion.
Damn.
I never once brought up his past. And the question that was asked was about here in the Dallas Cowboys, did I see Mike McCarthy in our future? And I said, that's above my pay grade. So never once did I ever intended or wanted to reflect on Mike McCarthy's career because I always knew it was a good one. I've always had a great relationship with Mike McCarthy, and I never even put that in question. And for a guy like Rex Ryan,
this nigga, bro, this nigga, he don't understand how delusional he sound, bro. On some real shit, he don't understand how delusional he sounds saying like you said what you said, and now you try to say that you always knew he was a good coach. And what you say?
Did I ever intended or wanted to reflect on Mike's career because
you said you never intended or wanted to reflect on Mike McCarthy's career. Well, why did you say Zach Martin has put in more work and time than Mike McCarthy ever has? That's reflecting on his career. So what are you talking about? Like, we heard what you said, bro. So then you can't come back and then say you didn't say that, you know what I mean, and try to make us, like, unhear what we heard you say. Nah, you the one, my nigga, that say some wild shit and then try to say you didn't say it. Like, that's the most suckiest shit.
always knew was a good one. I've always had a great relationship with Mike McCarthy, and I never even put that in question. And for a guy like Rex Ryan, I just know he wanted to coach the Cowboys. Like, I'm perfectly happy that we have Zimmerman, because if we have a guy that's willing to go on TV and provide this type of nonsense, imagine what he could do to a locker room. Like, that's just honestly just outrageous to me at the end of the day. Like I said, man, when you play football, all coaching aside, and you can look at college, you can look at even the pros, coaches are, their careers are way longer. They can decide to take a better job. They can move on. You kind of see that a lot from DCs, OCs, head coaching positions. Sometimes better job openings just open up. And you truly never know. You never know how the dice is going to roll with coaches. But when you talk about guys you consistently going to war with, man, like guys that I seen Tyron and Zach barely can walk throughout the week, take a Tour, go out there and play, being half a man basically and giving us our best effort. So when you see those type of things, you see guys pushing through injuries, pushing through just so much difficulty it is to play in this league. Yes, 100%. Every time I'm going to always choose the brother that we're going to bleed with, we're going to work with, because in the end, it's only a small group of us, There is no politics out there on that football field. I understand what he meant to the Dallas Cowboys organization, because I'm only worried about what happens at the Dallas organization, man. And, it truly bothers me how much negativity that we choose to put out there. Because not once did I want to just quote to be a negative moment. I only want it to be a positive light and shine light on guys like Zach Martin, who may or may not be a Cowboy next year. But
nationwide is so much.
This guy is a fucking joke. All right, this guy is an absolute fucking joke, my nigga. I don't know what the fuck, why the fuck, who the fuck. But this guy's a fucking joke. And
more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than
that's all it is. This is ridiculous. Yep. Like, he said some wild ass shit. Y'all understand? Y'all hear this.
Hall of Fame guy, and that just know that he just added so much value to the Cowboys that will be missed. And, there's plenty of guys to go along that list, man. And
y'all hear the same shit that I'm hearing, though, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga just said some wild ass shit about Mike McCarthy, right? And then tried to say that he didn't say the shit. Okay? That's that. I'm driving to this other location real quick, so. Oh, fuck. Yeah, this nigga's a fucking clown. Like, straight up. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I'm gonna get over here and end this live real quick, but I'm driving to Facebook right now for everybody that's watching. I'm in Menlo Park, California right now, where I'm, hometown, East Palo Alto, Menlo Park. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on my way to Facebook to go charge my car, because Mark Zuckerberg got free chargers over here at Facebook. You dig? So I can charge for free. So I'm going over here. It's free to the public late night, you know what I'm saying? After hours and all that shit. But yeah. So all y'all out there in YouTube land, you know what I mean? I'm at Facebook right now, riding around the campus. You dig?
this Facebook right here, where I'm at. They got the little security finna slide through. Let me put my phone down. Yes, sir. At the Booker. Just the Facebook headquarters right here, man. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Yeah. And YouTube right up the street too, basically. Up the highway. About 15, 20 miles from where I'm at. In San Bruno. Get it. We at the Booker, man. Sliding on them niggas. Oh, hell nah, nigga. You niggas. Move that shit out the way. They trying to stop a nigga from getting it in. You ain't gonna be able to do that. Yeah. I'm at the Booker, man. Getting it in. So yeah, you know, that's what it is, though. I just wanted to speak on that, though. I just wanted to speak on that.
You know, I just wanted to highlight, and then I look at D-Law, man. He's going to his last year, too. How much D-Law helped me grow. How much he helped me grow into being a player I am today and being a big brother, whether it's on or off the field. Giving me his wisdom, his tricks, his trade of how he lasted so long, man. Like, people don't get it, bro. Like, those relationships that you build with those guys in the locker room, it's nothing like the coaches. Yeah, you know, coaches is always going to have their favorites of some, you know.
Like, bro, he don't understand, bro. It's like, that's okay. It's okay to have your relationship and your bond with, you know, with people, you know, with the teammates in the locker room. But what do that got to do with what do that got to do with what did that with Mike McCarthy and disrespecting him? They ain't got. You can still have your relationships with your teammates and all that other shit. You ain't got to disrespect Mike McCarthy. So he's just not admitting to when he wrong. He's not admitting that. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Just admit when you wrong. You know what I'm saying? And just come out and say, hey, I shouldn't have said that. My fault. I was in my feelings like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But he don't want to do that. You know what I mean? He trying to act like he didn't do nothing wrong and try to make us feel like we tripping. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we not fucking tripping. I heard what the fuck I said. So I just wanted to speak on that. Yeah, I didn't say anything I need to say about that. I just wanted to hear what he had to say. You know what I'm saying? And I only listened to 8 minutes. It's still another 24 minutes left. I don't even want to hear the rest of that shit. But is this nigga just gonna keep capping? I done heard enough. So, yeah, Snax on Sportz. I'm gone. I'll be back with another one.